Hello everyone, my week was literally horrible because I had to sit in so many depositions where the attorneys were literally insane and made everything worse and harder and absolutely horrible, and I need to cope and can't tell you about it because of AC privilege. So time to read iconic court transcripts. Let's do it. They will give me life. Lawyer, what happened then? Witness, he told me he says I have to kill you because you can identify me. Lawyer, did he kill you? Witness, no. Attorney, now doctor, isn't it true that when a person dies in his sleep, he doesn't know about it until the next morning? Witness, did you actually pass the bar exam? Fair. Attorney, what gear were you in at the moment? Impact. Witness, Gucci sweats and Reeboks. Gucci. We're already back for a part 2. So buckle up. Attorney, so the date of conception of the baby was August 8th. Yes. And what were you doing at that time? Witness, getting laid. Witness, Mr. Jones said, if you fuck with me, I'll kill you. Attorney, when he said, if you fuck with me, I'll kill you, how did you interpret that? Prosecutor, do you see the defendant in court today? Witness, yes, I do. Prosecutor, how is he dressed? Witness, he looks pretty sharp. Lawyer, did you ever stay all night with this man in New York? Witness, I refuse to answer that question. Lawyer, did you ever stay all night with this man in Chicago? Witness, I refuse to answer that question. Lawyer, did you ever stay all night with this man in Miami? Witness, no. Attorney, were you present when your picture was taken? Witness, are you shitting me? Hello everyone, welcome back. It's part 3 for the culture. Attorney, are you sexually active? Witness, no, I just lie there. Lawyer, now isn't it true that on the 5th of November last year, you rode naked through the streets on top of a dust cart, letting off fireworks and singing I Did It My Way loudly? Witness, what was the date again? Lawyer, how many times have you committed suicide? Witness, 4 times. Lawyer, you don't know what it was and you don't know what it looked like, but can you describe it? The court, I'm going to add 20 days for everything you say. Mr. Allen, fuck you. The court, 40 days. Mr. Allen, fuck you again. The court, 60. Mr. Allen, go fuck yourself. The court, a year. Mr. Allen, your mama. The court, 10 years. Mr. Allen, suck my dick. All your responses must be oral, okay? What school did you go to? Oral. When you stopped the defendant, were your red blue lights flashing? Yes. Did the defendant say anything when she got out of the car? Yes, sir. What did she say? What disco am I at? Guess what time it is. Oh, fantastic. Part 4. Lawyer 1, what is the sex room? Larry wanted to know about the sex room. Lawyer 2, probably Larry. The court reporter said she missed the part about the sex room. Lawyer 3, I think everybody wants to know about the sex room. Attorney, what did the doctor tell you was the condition of the body when he performed the autopsy? Witness, he described it as dead. You were there until the time you left, is that true? Were you alone or by yourself? And these stairs, did they go up also? Are you a witness, victim, or defendant? Man, I'm the guy who did it. Lawyer, has anyone ever threatened to kill you? Witness, no. Somebody put a gun to my neck once, but I don't think he threatened to use it. Lawyer, was that in a social context? Witness, no. A drug one. Attorney, are you qualified to give a urine sample? Witness, are you qualified to ask that question? Lawyer, when he went, how do you got in? Had she, if she wanted to, or able to? Other lawyer, objection. That question should be taken out and shot. What did you do to try to prevent the accident? Witness, I closed my eyes and screamed as loud as I could. I don't know how, but I have more. So, part 5. Attorney, your ass has grown every year since you've owned the business. Correct. Witness, what? Attorney, have your assets grown every year since 2006? Witness, oh. Witness, well, I remember, but I don't recollect. Attorney, after you realized you were not dead, you got back in your car and pulled over to the side of the road? Witness, yes. How long have you been French Canadian? You have a constitutional right to be a dumbass. You say you're innocent, you have 5 people swore they saw you steal the watch. Witness, your honor. I could produce 500 people who didn't see me steal it. Did he pick the dog up by the ears? No. What was he doing with the dog's ears? Picking them up in the air. And then where was the dog at this time? Attached to the ears. What was the first thing your husband said to you when you woke that Thursday? He said, where am I, Kathy? And why did that upset you? My name is Susan. Oh, did you think it was over? Because it's part 6. Lawyer, can you describe what the person who attacked you looked like? Witness, no, he was wearing a mask. Lawyer, well, what was he wearing under the mask? Witness, probably his face. Lawyer, could he have been frustrated by you? Witness, oh, because I'm from a third world country. Lawyer, how about just because you're an irritating person? Mr. Jones, would you like a break? Witness, no, I'm fine. Attorney, I'm just concerned about your temper. Witness, my temper is fine. In fact, I'm just starting to warm up. Attorney, that's what concerns me. Did she appear to be in any pain? She's so ugly, it looks like she hurts all the time. Lawyer, do you drink when you're on duty? Witness, I don't drink when I'm on duty unless I come on duty drunk. Counsel to witness, are you telling the truth? Prosecutor, objection, irrelevant. Miss West, are you trying to show contempt for this court? Miss West, on the contrary, Your Honor, I was doing my best to conceal it. Witness, I basically told him I didn't care how big his dick was. Attorney, how did that come up? Witness, it just came out. Do you hear that vocal fry? It's time for part 7. Mrs. Jones, do you believe that you are emotionally stable? Mrs. Jones, I used to be. Judge, what is your employment? Accused, walking, sir. Judge, where do you walk? Accused, well, that depends on which way the policeman's coming from. If Singh had testified that the world was round, I immediately would have sought membership in the Flat Earth Society. Did you get a good look at my face when I took your purse? So you were gone until you returned. Do you have any children or anything of that kind? Was it you or your brother who was killed in the war? This trial would have made the jury more confused than a hungry baby in a topless bar. Attorney, the youngest son, the 20-year-old, how old is he? Witness, he's 20, much like your IQ. Lawyer, in this case, I have absolutely no case law to back up my position. I find myself in the predicament of the blind man in the nudist colony. I'll just have to feel my way along. My day was trash, so here we are again. Iconic court transcripts. Let's hit it. Cheaper than therapy. Defendant, you're pretty. Judge. That won't help you. I stabbed a guy in East LA and I'm a child molester. I'm going to hell. Judge, well, I can't control your living situation. Prosecutor, was your peace disturbed? Victim, I was shitting bricks, if that's what you mean. Is there any reason why you couldn't serve impartially on a jury? Potential juror, I hate cops and lawyers. That judge wasn't vibing with me, so he gave me 3 years probation. When did you get married? Cinco de Mayo. Do you recall what the date was that day? Did you assault her? Defendant, I would call it an altercation, Your Honor. Judge, did you break her nose? Defendant, as I said, an altercation. Well, we can't fix stupid, but we can give it a court date. Judge, is it typical for you to use business credit cards each morning at Starbucks? Defendant, to be fair, when I went through the drive-thru, I was on a conference call. If you've been here before, you already know it's part 9. If you're a first-timer, welcome. I read iconic court transcripts. The sunglasses were in part 1 and they never left. I do not get it either. As you know, Judge, my client has his medical marijuana card. Judge, unfortunately, that doesn't cover cocaine. Attorney, please tell me you didn't make Christmas cookies with your 7-year-old to give to your ex that said slut and frosting. Client, she was 8. Client wants permission to go on a cruise while on bond for DUI. Attorney, yes, Judge, it's not as if he'll be driving the ship. Ma'am, are you under the influence of something right now? No, Judge. Are you telling me you could pass a drug test today? Judge, that is not what I said. How long were you married? Witness, 39 years, but when she shot me in the head, it was kind of the end of it. Sorry, Your Honor, I'm deaf in 1 ear, so I didn't read this sign. Do you believe your client will be able to pay the fines? Attorney, Your Honor, he's a DJ at an adult entertainment establishment, so he's not working. You ever posted anything negative about your husband on social media? Witness, absolutely not. Lawyer, really? Who's douchebag then? I need a crumb of serotonin, so reading iconic court transcripts, part 10. My body is ready. Why do you need a continuance? Defendant, my baby's in the car. Judge, sir, who is in the car with your baby? Defendant, why does everyone ask that? I make a decent living selling drugs. I don't need to steal a Mountain Dew. Stuck with this restraining order because I took your advice. Lawyer, my advice was to not move out of your house, not to punch your wife in the face. Judge, did you actually ask the officer if he wanted to street race? Defendant, if I did, I was just playing. I've never met a person with season tickets to court. Why did the defendant strike you 5 times about the body with a baseball bat? Witness, because I ran before he could hit me 6. Defendant, I'm not taking the plea deal. Prosecutor, judge, my back hurts from bending over backwards. Judge, do you have anyone that you support? Defendant, oh, absolutely. The Indianapolis Colts. Defendant, I have the 6th Amendment right to enjoy counsel, and I'm currently not enjoying my counsel. Judge, I think your definition of enjoy is a little different than the U.S. Constitution. Attorney, they haven't paid their classes, they haven't paid any fees, and then there's this new murder charge, but otherwise they've been doing really good on probation.
If you follow me for my transcript videos, you will recognize these sunglasses. I wear them in every single one. I bought them in the checkout line of a random CVS. Like, I should have protected them with my life, truly. But of course I lose them in Vegas. So I'm thinking, okay, this is bad PR, bad marketing to switch sunglasses midway through at part 11. Come on, we need to keep it up, keep it with familiar imagery. Come on. Oh my God, screaming. We're back in business. Part 11 coming soon. 40,000 of you followed me in the hopes of seeing part 11. So here she is. Ka-chow. Defendant, I can't just be driving around and getting arrested when I'm pulled over. Judge, that's generally how warrants work. Attorney, we need to consult with a cartel member. They're global experts. Client, I don't know why Child Protective Services doesn't approve of my boyfriend. Lawyer, it might be all the child pornography. What are your hobbies? Not being a juror. Judge, it sounds like you've changed a lot over the past 2 years on probation, juvenile facts. What is your date of birth? July 18th. What year? Every year. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Witness. Sometimes. Defendant to judge. Suck my dick. Judge. Motion denied. So you're denying you had 3 separate DUI charges in 2014? Witness. You cannot expect me to remember how many times I've been arrested. People do things. Plaintiff. Opposing counsel has a license, all right. License to lie. Sir, where is your attorney? Defendant, I did not invite him to come today. And now you can no longer twerk at all, or is your twerking restricted? Witness, it is restricted. Okay, oh boy, is it restricted? But you can still twerk a little? Witness, like an old lady. Lawyer, did you blow your horn or anything? Witness, after the accident? Lawyer, before the accident. Witness, I mean, sure, I plead for 10 years. I even went to school for it. The most thrashed I've ever looked in one of these, but the show must go on. Part 12. I literally said to my client, next time, use a gun. My client's rap sheet looks like a CVS receipt. He doesn't want to pay child support, but he can pay that raggedy-ass lawyer. The court, how'd she get those bruises on her face? Defendant, she fell down the stairs. Lawyer, shut the It's not that I want to be selfish. It's that I need to be selfish. Your Honor, he spent $400,000 on cocaine, hookers, and gambling. And some of it he wasted. Judge, when you hear, oh lordy Jesus, you know things are gonna get crazy. Nothing good comes out of a Waffle House at 3 a.m. Judge, where was this child conceived? Witness, a Shell station, I think. Judge, no ma'am, what county? As God is my judge, I do not have to pay this tax. Judge, he's not, I am, you do. Lawyer, what happened? Witness, a pedestrian hit me and went under my car. Lawyer 1, I had a Klansman try to kill me in court once. Lawyer 2, it's probably a good sign. Defendant to his wife, this is why I never became an attorney. I hate this courthouse. Wife, oh, this is why you never became a lawyer, huh? Not because you didn't graduate from high school. Get away from me. Did the email say anything else other than that Mrs. Smith was dead? Witness, that the lawyers were coming, like Paul Revere. That's a lot to live up to, but the show must go on. Lucky 13. Judge, where are you living right now? Defendant in custody. Well, right now I'm living with y'all. Defendant, you're going to seize my vehicle. Judge, not me personally. I have no need for a Honda Accord. Lawyer, could you see him from where you were standing? Witness, I could see his head. Lawyer, and where was his head? Witness, just above his shoulders. Defendant, are you fucking serious? Judge, are you fucking serious? Lawyer, when did you get separated from your wife? Witness, when she left. Judge, Mr. Sands, I have set your trial for September 15th. Will you be available? Mr. Sands, set it for whenever you have to. If I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not. Lawyer, if you're dating a woman who's semi-married and you're not carrying a gun, you're insane. Judge Judy, if you were the trophy at the end of my race, I would walk backwards. Criminal defense attorney to his client, I'm not sure you'll ever get your shit together, but here's where we're at. Wasn't that big of a deal. I just shot her in the leg. It wasn't like she was going to die. Lawyer, no. The fraud allegations are based on your 3rd marriage, not your 4th. Lawyer 1, I'm handling a divorce where she's 89 and he's 91. He's convinced she's cheating on him. Lawyer 2, good for her. My mother asks if we can push the date 1 or 2 days. She doesn't like the number 13. It's very unlucky. Judge, yeah, that's not a sufficient reason to move the date. Part 14 of Stupid People in Vocal Fry, aka reading iconic court transcripts. Ka-chow. Lawyer, do you recall what time it was when you examined the body? Witness, the autopsy started around 8:30. Lawyer, and Mr. Denton was dead at that time? Witness, if not, he was by the time I finished. Your Honor, just to clarify, is my client banned from every Walmart or just this particular Walmart? If you'd like me to look up strip club law, I'd be happy to. Lawyer, they're charging you for possession of an ounce. Defendant, that's fucking bullshit. I've never had more than 10 grams on me. Are you a drug dealer? Witness, no. Attorney, well, how many people have you sold drugs to this year? Witness, only 2 or 3.
when their regular dealer's out of town. I can assert my Fifth Amendment right. Attorney, you're asserting your Fifth Amendment right to what his penis looks like. Witness, correct. Counsel, do you care to object? Attorney, honestly, Your Honor, I'm curious to see where opposing counsel takes this. Let it ride. God may have forgiven you, but the state has not. Defendant, that's some bullshit. Defense attorney, what he means, Your Honor, is that he intends to vigorously contest these charges. I was an unemployee at that time. Attorney, I'll see your male witness and raise you 3 female memories. Did you say something to the defendant after you stabbed him? Witness, yes. I told him that if he was going to die, he better get himself out of my house. Prosecutor, and why is that? Witness, I didn't want him to die in my house and have his spirit get trapped inside to haunt me forever. Obviously. This is my life's work, so part 15. You're saying I should let you off the hook because you had a bad headache and you were driving into the sun. Defendant, yes, Your Honor, I'm so glad you understand. Judge, you ran a red light in a city bus and T-boned a Prius. Defendant, and I'm not hurt. Thanks for asking. Resisting arrest. He wasn't resisting. He was running away. Defendant, I was taking a stroll. Saw the package fall from the airplane, opened it, thought it was flour, and decided to take it home for my wife. Judge. No. I didn't personally sign the Constitution, so it does not apply to me. It doesn't matter if you were sober or not. You jumped out of a 3rd-story window with a beer bottle and threw it at a cop. The jury is going to think you were drunk. Also, I think you were drunk. Why were you going so fast in a residential zone? Elderly lady, well, it's not my fault. The truck behind me was tailgating me and making such a racket. I was trying to get away. Judge, what kind of truck? What? A fire truck. It's a fire truck. Judge, tomorrow's my birthday. Does that mean I can't get drunk? Judge, yes. Defendant, shit. The parties are advised to chill. Judge, shut up for a moment, if you don't mind. You look real familiar. Do you do meth? Next time, don't show up to court looking like you're going to the beach. Defendant. But I am going to the beach. Put it this way. I could put my dog and my girlfriend in my trunk. If I open it after 8 hours, who'd be happy to see me? I was going so fast, how could you see me? Do you have any other questions before you're taken into custody? Defendant. Yeah. Can I call my wife and have her come get my girlfriend's truck? I did not think I'd be going to prison today. What is your boyfriend's name? I don't recall. How long have you dated your boyfriend? 9 months. Where does your boyfriend live? With me. So, your boyfriend lives with you and you don't know his name? No. We don't use real names. I just call him baby. Lawyer, have you ever heard anyone else call him by any other name? I don't recall. Can you describe him? I don't recall. You share a house with your boyfriend whose name you don't know and you can't describe him? Witness. I don't recall those details. Back to my lawyerly duties. Part 16. Reading iconic court transcripts until I die. Counsel, I think it was successful. Judge, yes, well, even a blind squirrel can find a nut every now and again. Defendant, I feel like I'm just being judged for things I did in the past. Judge, yes, sir. That's exactly what's happening. Your Honor, can you get them to stop arresting me on these bullshit charges? Defense counsel Matt, would you just shut the hell up? Defendant, I'm trying to get my shit together. Judge, I'm familiar with that legal phrase. Are you on any medication today? That no. You're not on any medication. I don't take nothing. I don't even take prescriptions. Okay, usually my sentence is, are you on any medication that is going to impact your ability to recall and tell the truth? I guess that could be every medicine. That's true. That's why I asked the question. So your testimony is really you're on no medication at all. Just life. I'm sorry, just life. Just life. 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 Air. Oxygen. Okay. What about the man in the car? Witness, he was dead. Lawyer, well, did he stay in the car? Witness. He did. When you use a friend's urine in an attempt to pass a drug screen, drug test your friend first. Judge, how much did you pay for that legal advice? $250. It shows. I would do anything to see my child, except pay for these supervised visits. My house is perfectly safe for the kids, Judge. And how would you describe the environment in your home, parent? Abusive. I'm almost a lawyer. I can represent myself. Judge, I don't know what almost a lawyer means. If you need a root canal and I watch a YouTube video on how to do a root canal, that doesn't make me almost a dentist. And I wouldn't do a root canal on myself. Defendant, I am fully obliged to represent myself. Judge, you do whatever you want. Random lawyer in the Zoom chat. Great analogy, Your Honor. No, but you can get one more before the year is over. Part 17. Just hang on now, sir. The court is going to get you a date. Accused. Kind of girl is it? Prosecutor, can you tell us how you know the defendant? Witness. It all started when I fell in love with my weed dealer. Public defender, pursuant to an agreement with the state, my client pleads guilty. Victim. Wait, that's not him. Objection. Your Honor, that's hearsay. Witness on the stand, that is not hearsay. I heard them say it. You know what would happen to you if you told a lie? Witness, yes, I would go to hell. Judge, is that all? Witness, isn't that enough? Judge, actually, no. It's not my fault. He was in jail when this happened. Attorney, isn't he your alibi witness? Defendant, yeah. Attorney, so then how could he have been with you when he was in jail? Defendant, I never said. Then I kept track of him. What subjects do you teach? I teach men. You investigated other murders where there is a victim. Can you afford an attorney? I don't need an attorney because God is my attorney. The court, oh, well, that's nice, but you're going to need somebody here on earth to help you. So is that a yes or no? I'll believe corporations are people as soon as Texas executes one. Attorney, how much marijuana do you use currently? Witness, not as much as I'd like. Your Honor, they told me my dog was at large and biting, but that doesn't make any sense because it's a really little dog. Justice Breyer might retire, but I do not. Court transcripts. Let's read them. The court, if you've got a girlfriend or a wife and you want to sit at home and lick her feet all day long and suck on those nasty toes, that's up to you. But you can't walk up to people in a store and do that. You know that, right? Defendant, right. Prosecutor, he was running from the police. Defendant, I was jogging. Sir, do not raise your voice at me. Witness, I'm not raising my voice. I'm a rapper. This is how I talk. Judge, he makes $500K a year but didn't make the payment. He's too busy being in Italy with his 26-year-old girlfriend. Judge, counsel, husband's attorney. He's out of the country at the moment. Judge, I got charged with a felony something. I pled out to a whatever. Your Honor, my client is also present. I believe he's under the handle Muffin Diver. Wait a minute. The getaway vehicle was a lawnmower with a trailer behind it. Prosecutor, yes, sir. Counselor, let's please drop the whole bed bug and crystal meth issue and just file a motion. It's just a banana, ma'am. Will the person named Big Daddy please turn on their camera and identify themselves? Judge, is it true you bit a police dog? Defendant, Judge, it is true, but he bit me first. And how did you know the policeman wasn't a dog? Do you plead guilty? Defendant, it is what it is. Judge, is that a yes? Defendant, that's what I said. Attorney, I need to look at something. If you'd like to just skip me briefly. Judge, I'd like to skip you permanently, but I don't have that option. Your Honor, he hit me so hard, even my ID picture was crying, man. I'm not asking you to agree. I'm just giving you the opportunity. Judge, quiet or you'll be in contempt. Husband, tell her to stop bringing random guys around my kids. This is the third guy in 2 months. Judge, ma'am, how do you respond? Wife, first 2 guys were rebounds. In a trial over Hulk Hogan's sex tape. Juror, do I want to look at it? No. Am I willing to, as a citizen? Yes. This is breaking news in Australia, because of course it is. 19. Party on. Sir, I'm all set is not a plea we recognize. Notice to fuck this court and everything that it stands for. Sir, maybe one of these days you'll rule in favor of my argument. Judge, maybe one of these days I'll understand it. I escaped Utah. Are we allowed to cheer for Connor? Usually I had regulars, and my regulars would come in and they spent a lot of money to just, if a new customer wanted a lap dance, private session, wanted the least expensive version, witness, don't pick me. Do not pick me. Mr. Harris, can you return to court tomorrow? Defendant, well, I need a phone, clothes, a Metro card, and $10 for some ketamine. And you're not claiming any psychological problems from the accident, are you? Witness, no. I'm probably just as crazy as before the accident. Lawyer, are you joking now? Witness, no. I am being very honest with you. I was insane before all this. Judge, people, anything? Prosecutor, this is wild. With that, I submit. Are you sure you didn't enter the 7-Eleven on 40th and Northeast Broadway and hold the cashier on June 17th this year? Defendant, I'm pretty sure. Send it to ADA. Do your fucking job. Defense counsel, she is prosecuting you. Shut your mouth. Your Honor, I can answer that question as a friend of the court. Judge, I'd say more of an acquaintance. But okay. If this was Battleship, the state just had their case torpedoed. Judge has ruled that Representative Devin Nunes has no right to sue Twitter over statements made by a fake internet cow, someone parodying his mother, and a Republican strategist. Next up, sports. That is why, Your Honor, both defendants are liable to my client because, quote, birds of the same feather fuck together. The judge, counsel flock. Birds of the same feather flock together. Reporter, please, got it. Judge, I'm going to hold you in contempt. Defendant, you can come down here and hold me in your arms. Lawyer, did there come a time when you made the decision to leave your husband? Witness, yes. Lawyer, did he try to do something to you? Witness, yeah, he tried to kill me. Lawyer, and you felt that was really the last straw. Witness, what do you think? We are in desperate need for a giggle. So this is part 20 of Emergency Chuckles. Ka-chow. This was a trap house, Your Honor, not a trap home. Judge, what's your name? Defendant, well, everybody calls me GC. But that's not my court name. My court name is Jake. How long have you been driving without a license? 40 years. Judge, your stepmother is no longer related to you. You are not eligible to file a VPO against her. Petitioner, well, she's not my stepmom anymore, but she's still my cousin. You demand, Your Honor. I appreciate that. Lawyer, and your reputation being I'm a bad boy. What does that mean? I'm from the streets. Can you be more specific? I was raised in the streets. I got my rep. You got your rep. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah. If it's cool for you, it's cool for the court. Wait, this wouldn't be so bad if we were allowed to drink in here. Could you imagine watching this drunk? Be kind of funny. Lawyer, and you have a criminal history yourself. Witness, I'm a redneck fighter. Biggest drunk that ever was. But other than that, I ain't no thief. You could leave your dope with me. You could trust me with anything but your woman. I'll just tell you straight up. I'm a masochist. And of course, Jeremy is a sadist. But at least it's not sexual. Defense lawyer, they're going to drop the charge if you sign a peace bond. Client, okay, but if he touches me, I'm going to put him in the fucking hospital. Defense lawyer, I mean, sure. Just don't say that to the judge. We are in deep doo-doo in this county. Witness says she manages wealth as her job, but I wouldn't let this woman run a car wash for me. Well, this will be worth the read, but not the penny. I just want my teeth back. Judge, are you currently employed? Defendant, finishing his prison sentence. Yes, I am a life coach. I teach others how to master their lives. Judge. Fantastic. Okay, what I'm pissed off about is I didn't even take the drugs that night. Yeah, they were in my system. Not from that night. Oh no, family lawyers are the ones who get shot. Wait, is this fucking play about us? The gift that keeps on giving. Let's go. Part 21. Prosecutor and defense counsel, are you both available next Friday? Defendant, I am available. Judge, I know that. Monica, ask for house arrest. When did you come to the U.S.? In my mother's arms. In 1961, my parents were traveling through the Guatemalan jungle looking for remnants of the lost city of Atlantis. We were sponsored by the Queen of England, Agatha Christie, Auntie Mame. Not sure if you know who she is. But if this case was a horse, I would shoot it. Have a good fucking day, bitch. Honestly, Your Honor, I love jury duty. I love watching other people's drama go down. Okay, this sucks. I want it out of my brain. Back in my day, we drank from the garden house. We'll be fine. Attorney, and were you fine? Witness, yep. And was Tommy fine? Nope. How so? Well, 1 minute. I have my hand in a milk crate. The next thing you know, boom, he's flying like a toupee in a hurricane. Lawyer, we got two options. Option 1 is we're fucked, but option 2 is we're fucked. He really needs to get kicked in the fucking shin. You know, I have to do porn to pay for this DUI ticket, not another word. I don't brush my teeth anymore. We're flailing, but we're not failing. And your relationship, witness, like talking to my mom on perks. Lawyer 2, objection. Non-responsive witness. That was literally a response. I'm a little confused. I'll unconfuse you. Is that incident a misdemeanor or a felony? Attorney, if the incident in reference is when mom lit dad on fire, I think that's a felony. How does she look different? Girl. They took 8 pounds of fat from her back and put it in her head. And she looked good. Defendant, I do learn a lot from you, lawyer. Well, you learn a lot from a snake bite, too. Fire alarm goes off. Sir, do you need to evacuate? Defendant, nah. Just cooking grits. Lawyer, how are you today? Witness, well, my name wasn't in the obits this morning, so it means I have to carry on. 1 year. Happy birthday to Iconic Court Transcript. Here's another crumb of serotonin. Part 22. He can't be the worst and balding. Like, pick a struggle. It's like playing Russian roulette with an AK-47. When you say the left lane, what do you mean by that, witness? The opposite of the right lane. I have a feeling I'm gonna be locked up, but I don't care. I need the break. Did you see my client bite off this man's nose? No, sir, I did not. Well, then how? Do you know that he bit off this man's nose, witness? I saw him spit it out. Sir, I'm sure you're an intelligent and honest man, witness. Thank you. If I weren't under oath, I'd return the compliment. Judge, what are your damages for this alleged government agency following you? Plaintiff, $15 billion. Judge, what agency is it? The feds, but I am looking to settle. My friends told me I wouldn't beat up the Easter Bunny at the mall, so I did. Defense counsel, you claim that my client came at you with a broken bottle in his hand, but is it not true that you had something in your hand, victim? Yes, actually. His wife. Very charming, of course, but not much good in a fight. Have you used any substances that would inhibit your ability to understand the consequences of this plea, defendant? Like, recreationally, or I mean, what is sober, really? What were you doing in a Dollar Tree? Defendant, misbehaving. Sir, please put that cigarette out. If I can't smoke, neither can you. You heard the state's concerns about your criminal history and your potential for violence. If released, what would you like the judge to consider when resolving your case? Defendant, I have never done a violent thing in my life other than that arson and murder. We are agreeing to continue to disagree, Your Honor. Witness, I'm a powerful man. I can walk into a McDonald's, order soup, and they'll make it. You sure you got divorced? Judge, and I'm sure the court reporter caught as he was leaving, he said, fuck you, F-U-C-K-Y-O-U. And then I think he called me a hood rat or something, which I will take as a compliment. Anyways, Detective Smith, have you had a romantic relationship with the defendant? Detective, I guess. I mean, we've had sex, just was very romantic. Well, it wasn't me, so I'm not guilty. The court, okay, then I'll just set your case for a bench trial. Defendant, okay, I just want everyone to know that I'm taking medication and that I'm clinically insane. The court, thank you very much for that information. Defendant, you're welcome. And I always have more. Part 23. Ka-chow. Woman in the back sucking the lollipop. Leave the room. Judge, you are not dressed appropriately. Would you wear that to a funeral? Defendant, yeah. Yours. Is there an offer for the defendant? Prosecutor, no offer. Pending victim approval. Judge, with the horse? He had both legs amputated at the knee. Where are you going to put an ankle monitor? He ain't got no ankles. Where's my knife? Are they going to give it back to me? Attorney. Are you being serious? Bro, where are you? Yeah, I mooned her. I'm a mooner. My booty fat and I like to show it off. What brings you to this county? My dad shot himself in the head. So you have family here. Defendant, not anymore. And when you met the man that one time, did you stab him also? Witness, yes. I feel like George Foreman, the way I was just grilled. Judge, she is lying. Stop lying, or I swear I'll murder your dog. I saw on Facebook you have a dog. Your Honor, opposing counsel is comparing apples and hand grenades. You're charged with operating a vehicle while impaired with a refusal. I did not refuse. I just told them I wasn't going to blow into that thing and that they could just check the box that says I was drunk. Okay, and what does WAP refer to here? Witness. Wait. What? Lawyer WAP. It says, quote, I want no part of anything Kaylin's WAP has touched for real. Witness. I'm sorry. That's a little comical, but WAP, I'm sorry. It's not supposed to be funny. WAP is, what a coincidence. Me too. Order in the court. It's part 24. Brace yourselves. When we were on break, did you have a chance to speak with your attorney at all? Defendant, I ate a banana and it was horrible. So I was speaking to no one. That question is so stupid that I'm worried about you. Are you an attorney or a defendant? I'm Baptist. And you have a criminal history yourself? I'm a redneck fighter. Biggest drunk that ever was. But other than that, I ain't no thief. You could leave your dope with me. You could trust me with anything but your woman. I'll just tell you straight up. Yeah, that's the meth talking. Ma'am, are you there? Yes, I am, honey. Client, hey. I thought you were downstairs. I'm glad I found you, attorney. Yeah. Client, so what are we here? What are we here about today anyway? Attorney, trial. Trial. I want attorney's fees. Judge. Sir, you don't have an attorney. Judge, I will represent myself and I'm filing a motion to go home. Officer, while in pursuit of the suspect, yelled, stop, drop, judge. Shut him down, open up shop. My first marriage, I came in and found my husband in bed with my neighbor. All I did was divorce him. I had no idea that I could have shot him. These guys were not a bunch of terrorists. They were a bunch of redneck West Virginians drinking beer and stealing copper, and unfortunately, they wrecked a train. Do you have any medical conditions that may impact your ability to be a fair juror during this trial? I have ADHD. And how does this impact the way that you pay attention, juror? I don't. Why did you move to Manitoba? Because the beer was cheaper. Nobody here knows what the fuck they're doing. Prosecutor introducing herself to the jury. Hello, everyone. I'm name redacted. Defendant. Damn, she bad. Court is still insane. Thank God. Part 25 of reading iconic or transcripts. Ka-chow. Judge, good morning, sir. I have a few questions for you. What is your name? Defendant, guilty. Judge, is that accurate? Defendant, yes, sir, but shouldn't have to be so snooty about it. Judge, I'm concerned about you driving drunk with a loaded firearm. Defense counsel, your honor. My client is from Texas. Where do you live? Across the street from my neighbors. Hi, reader, you look great today. The court, what? Defendant, I'm breaking the fourth wall and speaking to whoever reads this court transcript. The court, sir, you're being charged for possession of child. Defendant, you're going to hell. Judge, I am already there. Please state the location of your right foot immediately prior to impact. Defendant, at the time my right foot was located at the extreme end of my right leg. I know the doctors tampered with my drug test. It should have been positive for a lot more than just meth. I thought I'd go sparkly and they'd let me off. Please turn on your camera. Defendant, I can't. I'm in the shower. What can you tell us about the truthfulness and honesty of this defendant? Oh, she will tell the truth. She said she'd kill that son of a bitch, and she did. The ankle monitor is ruining my vibe at the strip club. Judge, oh. Well, then bedazzle that thing to match your outfits. Motion denied. Witness, I'm here for pain and suffering. Judge. Yours or mine. Is that a mermaid? It is a mermaid. Prosecutor, who am I to question people's choices? Public defender, you're the government. Prosecutor, oh yeah. Private attorney, you're always in people's business. Marriage. Abortions. Miss, why am I here? I already cooperated. I told the police everything they wanted to know. Defense attorney, you sure did. And that's why you're here now. Stop talking. Drug dogs sniffed the bags and had a reaction like drug dogs are paid to do. The court. Did you say drug dogs are paid to do? Witness. Well, I assume they're paid maybe in some type of recompense. Oh my God. Are you praying? Actually, I am. That you shut up. Tell me to shut up again, sir. I didn't tell you to shut up. If you tell me to shut up again, I didn't tell you. I will end this deposition. I'm praying that you shut up. That's what I said. If you say the word shut up one more time, I'm going to end this deposition. Just say it. Shut up. We're ending this. It turns out Vivian Kensington watches this series, so it is absolutely never ending. Reading real Iconic court transcripts. What, like it's hard? Clerk, do you wish to dispute your prior attempted assault conviction? Defendant, yes, it wasn't attempted. I whooped his ass. Judge, next time I see drugs, I'm gonna do a 360 and walk away. It says here that you were drinking and driving. Defendant, no, sir. I drank and then I drove. I haven't seen your papers yet, counsel. Attorney, that's because I'm in my zone. No, Your Honor. As a sovereign citizen, I wasn't driving my car. I was traveling with my vehicle. You have no authority over me. Because according to maritime law, my body is a sea traveling vessel. Is it normal for the judge to be late? I could be smoking a blunt right now. Where did you find the victim? Officer lying face down on the ground. Prosecutor, and in what state did you find the victim, officer? The state of California. Thank you, sir. You can log off now. Defendant, all these lawyers are fucking scum. Attorney, sir. Witness, yeah, he called me a stupid millennial. I guess it's a compliment. Lawyer, I drafted the stipulated judgment, which includes everything that both of you agreed to. Just need the 2 signatures. Wife, add one more thing. He can't have any overnight female guests, so I will not sign it. Lawyer, I don't think a judge would uphold husband. Sign it. I'll just fuck during the day. Is the judge that one in the Cape? Lawyer, what hobbies do you have? Witness, I don't. Lawyer, ma'am, I mean, do you have any hobbies that involve physical activities? Witness, I'm moving my mouth, aren't I? Only hit him. He fell off the building himself. I'm denying your motion and compelled to deal. The accused stated that she was married to a lieutenant of a fire department, a pastor, a porn star, a doctor, a nurse, and a lawyer. Defendant, it was Independence Day. Your Honor, a day to celebrate the freedoms that our forefathers fought and died for. A day to celebrate what this country is. So yes, I did do some math for freedom. This is still my life's work, so Ka-chow. Did you lie to the police? No. Didn't you say in your second statement that you lied to the police? Yes. So you just lied to the jury? No, I just lied to you. This guy in one of my cases walked into Walmart and walked out with bullets, an assault rifle, and a Big Mac. Prosecutor 2, a Big Mac? How did he get a Big Mac from Walmart? I'm ordering you to wear an electronic GPS monitor. Defendant, what kind of shoes can I wear with that? Sir, per this plea, you may not possess any firearms or ammunition of any kind. Does a Nerf gun count? No. A Nerf gun does not count. He asked the victim with a restraining order against him for a ride to court for a hearing to determine whether he violated the restraining order. Judge, have you ever been diagnosed with a mental disorder or disability? Defendant, not yet, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. The witness is not a medical doctor and cannot give expert opinions on the medical condition of the deceased. Prosecutor, Your Honor. The witness is a veterinarian. Defense counsel, Your Honor. The deceased is human. Save your outrage for those not familiar with the facts. Who cares? I'm dead anyway and getting fucked. The court, please use better language in my courtroom. Well, I'm dead anyway and getting fornicated. The court, thank you. Case comes on for a pretrial conference. Defense, how are things coming along? Public defender, well, judge. My client generally will not speak to me. But when he does, he makes pretty logical arguments for why he shouldn't be charged based on laws that do not exist. My client has a particular affinity for taking pictures of herself giving fellatio. Judge, if you're doing it right, you don't have time to take pictures. May it please the court, appearing for the father, minors counsel, appearing for the minor children, even if it does not please the court. Loud is defined in the Urban Dictionary as a slang term for marijuana of high quality and bomb-ass weed. See loud, Urban Dictionary, www. The defendant should have a suspended sentence revoked and imposed because he is a danger to society. Defendant, I'm not so much a danger to society, Your Honor. I'm just a menace to society. I believe Roger is the father of my child. Attorney, do you know any of Roger's relatives? Woman, I know his brother. Attorney, okay, and how do you know his brother? He's my husband. If I ever go to court, I'll make it my mission to end up on iconic court transcripts. Good God. Here's part 28. Ka-chow. Attorney, okay, when did you and your husband get divorced, or how did that marriage end? Witness, he died. Attorney, sorry to hear that. Witness, I'm not. Judge, what's your plan to support yourself when you get out? Defendant, I am not someone who's just gonna lay down and die. I'd rather rob somebody, gunpoint or whatever. I don't care. Judge, if you see smoke in the background, it's because I've got a new oil diffuser set. Attorney 1. With all your plants, it's like a spa. Attorney 2. Or an opium den. Judge, what are we doing here today? I don't remember this case. Defense counsel, if you'll recall, this is the case involving horse meat, Your Honor. Judge, I remember. Seriously, it was buying horse meat out of a truck. Okay, let's proceed. What sort of activities did you do in North Dakota? Any sort of hiking, boating, fishing? Nope. Okay, what did you do? Witness, I was with my girlfriend trying to make a baby. I have a lot of fetishes. One of them is staples. Judge, do you have anything you'd like to say? Defendant, fuck it, we ball. Judge, do you understand that you do not have to answer any questions about possession or sale of drugs? Defendant, yes, sir. Attorney, continues questioning. What do you do for a living? Defendant, I only sell drugs because Could you please briefly explain why you believe the marriage is irretrievably broken? Mrs. Smith, well, my husband refuses to stop hiring prostitutes. Defendant, I'm ready to stop being dumb. Judge, oh, that's a good goal. Do you agree, Judge? I would like to, but if I agreed with you, we would both be wrong. Defense attorney, is it true that at the time of the incident you were having a menage a trois? Witness. Prosecutor, objection. Irrelevant. Judge, sustained. Totally irrelevant. Defense attorney, I was just curious. Litigant, where do you get off? Saying fuck is a bad word. Defendant, can you please rephrase the question? I feel attacked. You should know where your nose is. It's been on your face your whole life. Counsel, objection, speculation, the court. Counsel, what part of that was speculation? Objection withdrawn. Are you connected to the Democratic election process? Witness, no, I'm very much Republican.
American dream, best country in the world.
Here's another episode of, oh my God, did they really just say that out loud? Also known as reading iconic court transcript. Yes, it features Alex Jones. He's a moron. And I didn't rob the car. I offered her cash for it. Judge, after you dragged her from the car. Defendant, yeah. Attorney, okay, did you ask why you went to Mexico? Witness, yes. Attorney, and what was his answer? Witness, to get some tacos and bitches, I believe. A man has two things, his word and his balls. I don't break either of them. How are you? I have no idea. He then lifted up my faux pas. Judge, what is a faux pas? Means fat upper pussy area. Judge, Jesus Christ. Can we just refer to that as your stomach? There are a million things you could object to, and they are all sustained. Judge, I don't want to see the inside of your mouth. Sit down. Your Honor, weed is not a drug. It is a plant. I am not a drug dealer, I'm a florist. Witness, and if you quote me on that, I will deny it until I drop. Lawyer, well, it's a good thing we got you on record then. Witness, oh my God. Defendant explaining why he raised his arms during the walk-and-turn DUI test. I can't do that test even when I'm sober. So Mr. Jones was too ignorant to know that he was lying. Is that your defense? Judge, what will we do if the defendant doesn't appear? Judge, you are the defendant, sir. Judge, what would you like to do about an attorney? Defendant, do I need an attorney if I am guilty? Alex Jones, I believe what I said was true, so I don't. Judge, yes. You believe everything you say is true, but it isn't. Your beliefs do not make something true. If being married to me was so bad, why didn't you divorce me 10 years ago when I first got arrested? Wife. Stupidity. Defendant, now who's this Gene Hackman-looking motherfucker with the posse? Defense counsel, he's innocent until proven guilty. Judge, wow. Really? I had no idea. After you hurt your leg, you left the gym area. Yes. You moved to the locker room. It was a room of lockers. So it was the locker room where you removed your shoe. I am not qualified to say whether it was a locker room. It was a room with lockers. Tried to rip off my testicles and scratch out my eyeballs. Thank goodness. I was a high school wrestler. Client, how long you been a lawyer? Public defender, 8 years. Client, not longer than I've been in prison, so I know more than you. Public defender, oh, is there a San Quentin School of Law degree that I am unaware of, sir? Do you remember the first time you saw a physical manifestation of your son's mental illness? Witness, yes. That would be when he was 14 years old and we had to take him to a whore once a month to stop him from fucking the dog. It seems absurd to instruct you again that you must tell the truth while you testify, yet here I am. You must tell the truth while you testify. This is not your show. This is out of control. No. This is part 30. Ka-chow. I told the police I was drinking. Lawyer, what were you drinking? Client, crystal meth. Judge, sir, what are you laughing about? Defendant, Your Honor, I'm just a happy person. I also smoked PCP before court today. Defendant, you guys are making me sound like an asshole. I want to go back to my cell. I'd like to make an oral motion to order the defendant to stop referring to the arresting officer as Frodo and that weird fucking hobbit man. Witness, you give men 1 ounce of Gucci and they don't know how to act. Your Honor, is motherfucker 1 word or 2? Sir, you said you don't remember anything from when you held the gun in your hand until the police showed up, correct? Defendant, yes. Then how can you say you didn't pull the trigger since you don't remember? Defendant, oh, you're tricky. You're very good at your job. You have an attorney. I couldn't afford an attorney. Then how could you afford to hire a prostitute? Well, allegedly. Defendant, that's my point. I was not paying her. There is nothing more important than diarrhea, Your Honor. This is the case of the century, Judge. I can't believe that. Counsel, it's up to you. What do you want to do? I want to die. Don't worry, babe. The judge said this was regular harassment, not sexual harassment. I'm good. Is Michael the father of the son? The father. So he was the one waiting in the car with piano wire? No. That was the son. The father was the one who insisted on feeding the victim salmon before he killed them. Got it. Sir, how do you know the defendant? Yeah. How do you know me? Tell him. How you know me? Your Honor, you were fucking my wife, weren't you? Defendant told me that he was the King of Kings, so I and the Lord of Lords. We're probably going to get a lot of restraining orders this week. Why is that? It's a full moon. Judge, okay, well, how about a month on each of the assaults? And I don't like to go too heavy on the disturbances. I mean, I can handle it, Your Honor. I'm a big man, Judge. Okay, well, how about 3 months then? And then how about 6? And we'll make it a deal. Judge, no, sir. How about if I call you a cocksucker and you give me an extra something to think about when I'm standing on my head in the shitter bowl while I'm doing my time? Judge, no, I don't think that will do it. Hey, in case you didn't know, I'm a lawyer on this app and I read iconic court transcripts. We are on part 31 and it is 2 a.m. So let's get to it. Ka-chow. Your Honor, he's testifying. That's weird. The court. That's your objection. That's weird. Judge, on August 10th, were you operating a motor vehicle in the borough? Defendant, period. What are you in custody for, sir? Defendant, being too sexy for society. Defense attorney, the electric saw allegedly used to cut the fence was only warm to the touch because my client sat on it. The court. What is this? The fat-ass defense? Judge, do you have friends or family in law enforcement or the legal field? Juror, my cousin John is a public defender in this courthouse. Judge, we know him well. Do you speak to him regularly? Juror, we actually don't speak anymore. Long story short, he was dating my sister until they found out they were cousins. Should I order a mental health exam for your client? Attorney, see, that's the thing. My client isn't so much crazy as he is a fantastic asshole. What did she do for a living? She was an entrepreneur. What type of business? Prostitution. Did you say that I've been a good father to our children that we have in common? Ex-wife. No. You routinely missed appointments, sports, were late picking them up. Objection. The court. On what grounds? Yeah, you can't just yell objection because you don't like her answer to your question. So, yes, the doctor was a tall, old white guy. Attorney, okay. So, do you believe this tall, older Caucasian gentleman was the defendant? Witness. No. He was white. He wasn't Caucasian. Defendant, this is fucking bullshit. This attorney ain't arguing shit. I fire his ass. Let me go at it. The court, it doesn't work like that. And if you don't stop the language, I'll have to remove you. Hold you in contempt to proceed to finish the case in your absence. Defendant. Suck my dick. Is your client present? Lawyer, no. He's actually deceased. Court clerk, So he's with us in spirit. Prosecutors, the last time you saw the defendant was last year during summer. Witness, yes. It had to be. It was hot outside. It was sweating like a politician on election day. Attorney 1, I'll grab the file from the office. Do you need anything else? Attorney 2, the will to live. But you can't bring me that. You want an attorney? I want my weed. My question is, do you want an attorney appointed? Do I look like a fucking attorney to you? Of course I want a fucking attorney. Judge informs defendant he is muting him and appoints public defender. Defendant. Judge, I would like the record to reflect that the defendant flipped off the court and then proceeded to remove his jail clothes, turn around, and pull his pants down. This series has now inspired a Halloween costume. I'm freaking out. Welcome back to reading iconic court transcripts. Ka-chow. Where my client has no aversion to telling the truth. Today. Do you have any psychological problems? Because that would be good. Defendant and crack cocaine are not friends. Defendant was found running downtown with his pants around his ankles. He told police he was running from a bear. Defendant, it was bath salts. Judge, both sides can't be right, but they can both be wrong. Guess which one you are. When's the last time you had hair on your head? Prosecutor, objection. Witness, high school. Train that brought everyone here today certainly was not full of rocket scientists. Hey, were you born a jackass or was this a recent development? You need to become the Tom Brady of law. Counsel, if you urinate on cocaine, it's still cocaine. It's just wet cocaine. First attorney, what are you going to do? You can't cut his dick off. It's out of my wheel camp. The bathroom smells like meth again. Told me you met with your counsel to prepare for the deposition. Witness, sure. Lawyer, how many times? Witness, well, see, I think of time as a continuum. So I think I met with them from the beginning to the end. And the beginning was the start. And then there was the rehearsal. And then there was the preview. And now it's what I like to think of as the performance. So in my mind, I'm answering what you're asking. If you could be more specific. Do you want hours? Lawyer. Yes. Witness, oh, I don't wear a watch. So I know the sun is coming up in the morning and the moon is coming up at night. So the guy murdered both his parents, and during his trial, his defender asked the court to go easy on this man because he's an orphan. Lawyer 2. Did it work? You don't need an attorney. You need a priest. Exorcist the defendant. My little kitty cat is at home with no one right now. Don't even have $1 billion doll hairs. If you want justice, go to a whorehouse. If you want to get screwed, go to court. And then you were put back in prison? Yes, sir. Why? I violated my parole. What did you do? What did I do? Yes. I got tired of being on parole. Lawyer, well, I explained it to you. Witness, yeah. Okay. Do you want me to explain it again? Absolutely not. Well, your domestic violence record will not get you on the cover of Vanity Fair anytime soon, but your driving record isn't bad. Judge to defendant, after the defendant insisted he represent himself. Sir, you are alone now. Rudderless and an ocean fraught with danger.
So there was a court hearing where the only one in the courtroom who apparently knows who Biggie Smalls is was the judge. Which is kind of iconic. And a lot of you have asked me to read the transcript that someone found of it on Twitter. And since I do read iconic court transcripts, here is a bonus episode. For the people. Lawyer, no further questions, Your Honor. The court, I've got a follow-up question about the Biggie Smalls lyric. Lawyer. About the what? I'm sorry. The court. About the Biggie Smalls lyric. I got 7 Mac 11s, about 838s, 9 9s. That's a Biggie Smalls lyric. Are we looking for those firearms? Witness. I don't know. I don't recognize that. The court. This is in the government's Exhibit 8, where it says, I've got 7 Mac 11s, about 838s and 9 9s. That's a rap lyric. Lawyer. Lawyer, and it's a what? I'm not understanding the words, sir. I apologize, the court. So if you look on page 8, yes. The government's Exhibit 8, page 1, yes. Where it says, I'll need a list of ammo to get, then he says, I got 7 Mac 11s, about 838s, 9 9s. I understand the rest. We're about to get 308 12-gauge pigeons. That's a genuine shopping list. But to me, it seems like he's just tossing a Biggie Smalls lyric into the chat. So, I don't recognize the lyrics, is what I'm saying, sir. The court, okay, yeah. Well, that is a Biggie Smalls lyric. I'm still not understanding the word. I apologize, the court. Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls is a dead rapper. Oh, it's a lyric from a song by the dead rapper Biggie Smalls. Got it. There's a lot of other stuff going on here.
I had to work all weekend, so I'm rewarding all of us with a bonus episode. This is a real court filing, filed in a real court. Ka-chow. Notice to fuck this court and everything that it stands for. Firstly, Jason is my husband, as I have stated, you asshole. And my son is no longer an infant. He has grown into a strong, extremely intelligent, and beautiful little boy. Don't you ever again in your motherfucking life attempt to disrespect me, my family, or our status again. Keep our names out of your unworthy mouth, you old impotent geezer. What about the 100 plus pages of valid legal contentions that have been presented by plaintiffs before this court? You don't want to delve into those, do you? You don't want the American people to know about the fraud that your bitch ass is helping pull on them. Ain't that right? Fucking bitch. You disgust me. The court takes judicial notice of blah, blah, blah. Yep, whatever. That's right. I had a cocked and fully loaded AK-47 assault rifle, as well as a .45 caliber pistol. What's your point? And no, I was never convicted of anything, but you know what? They can go right ahead and try to convict me if they want to. I don't give a damn. This whole system is a joke. The United States of America have collectively and individually been politically and legally overthrown by foreign opportunists and domestic sellout bitches like you. Mitchell County officials will get their fucking feelings hurt if they even try me. I'm not playing with you or anybody else. Fuck you all. How about that? Look here, old man. When I told you I am justice, I meant it. It took me about 1 month to study the history of the world and to learn the history and inner workings of American jurisprudence, literally. I was born to do this here. Don't you know that your FBI and CIA have been trying to recruit me since grade school? LOL. But they're unscrupulous losers like you, so it won't be happening. Instead, I will educate the people. And hopefully one day, if we are lucky, they will rise up against you oppressive, lying traitors and hang you all for the crimes you have committed against us all. What? You think because you sit up there in your black little robe, hiding behind the ignorance of the masses like a little bitch, that anybody gives a damn about you or what you have to say? Well, just in case you haven't noticed, I couldn't give two fucks about you or what you have to say. Fuck you, old man. You're a joke. Your court's a joke. You take it up the ass and you suck nuts. LOL. Court has not spoken to me because it cannot defeat my legal argument, so it runs and cowers like a panic-stricken hoe that has stolen money from a backhanding pimp. Just for the record, you are a hoe. This court is a hoe, and I will backhand you bullshit you continue to waste my time. You know the drill. If you don't, I'm a lawyer. I read iconic court transcripts. Basically, anything that happens in court that is redonkulous. Let's do it. Ka-chow. Judge, and why didn't you tell your lawyer that? Defendant. Didn't seem like she was in a very collaborative mood. Defendant, okay, I didn't do what they're saying I did. I do kill, but I don't steal. I'm a yoga teacher, and I pick up on energies, and right now I'm feeling a deep, painful energy coming from the victim. How long have the detectives had the phone? Defense attorney, 12 months. Defendant, try more like a year. Judge. Yeah. Public defender alleges prosecutorial misconduct and discovery violation mid-trial because the DA did not disclose a recorded interview between him and a witness. Prosecutor, Your Honor, this is my second trial. I was out on medical leave for a surgery earlier this year. The fact that the public defender thinks I should know how to do any of this is frankly offensive. I don't like making plans for the day because then the word premeditated gets thrown around the courtroom. And the police are at your house because he threw a muffin at you. Did you call petitioner a pathetic cunt? Respondent, no. I called her a predictable cunt. Lawyer, could you spell that for the reporter, please? Witness, no. Witness, look, I never considered myself a tweaker peeker, but I found myself peeking out the window all day instead of being productive. And now I'm here. Because I saw some shit. On the morning of July 25th, did you walk from the farmhouse down the footpath to the cowshed? I did. And as a result, you passed within a few yards of the duck pond? I did. And did you observe anything? I did. Well, could you tell the court what you saw? I saw George. You saw George, the defendant in this case? Yes. Can you tell the court what George was doing? Yes. Well, would you kindly do so? He had his thing stuck into one of the ducks. His thing, you know. His thing, his penis. You passed close by the duck pond? The light was good. You were sober. You have good eyesight and you saw this clearly. Yes. Okay. Did you say anything to him? Of course I did. What did you say to him? Morning, George. I liked this video as soon as I heard you know the. Well, like this one too. You know the drill. This is part 34 of reading iconic court transcripts. Yes, they're all real. Stop asking me that. Ka-chow. The defendant was found in a meth lab with over 200 grams. Defense attorney, Your Honor, my client is homeless and it was cold that evening. One man's meth lab is another man's warmth. Judge, you got clean in Florida? Wow. I wouldn't have guessed that. Defense attorney, what direction were you going? Plaintiff, what do you mean were? I have a boyfriend. I've always dated men and that's still my direction. Defense attorney, what direction were you driving in? Plaintiff, oh. South. Honor, I object. This is bullshit. Judge, that is not a proper objection. Judge, okay, well, how about a month on each of the assaults? And I don't like to go too heavy on the disturbances. I mean, I can handle it, Your Honor. I'm a big man. Okay. Well, how about 3 months then? And then how about 6? And we'll make it a deal. No, sir. How about if I call you a cocksucker? And you give me an extra something to think about when I'm standing on my head in the shitter bowl while I'm doing my time. The court, no, I don't think that will do it. Witness, not that I remember. Attorney, is there anything that would help refresh your recollection? Witness, a better memory. You weren't alive in 1917, I take it. Witness, no, I was not. Okay, and so whoever prepared it would have been alive then, right? Witness, I certainly hope so. Attorney appearing via Zoom, sorry, I'm in my car, Judge. I'm pulled over on a rural road in the middle of nowhere, desert in Utah. Judge, oh, be careful. Lots of bodies out there. Probably shouldn't have said that. Witness, I'm always up watching out the windows. Attorney, okay, day and night. Here to set the matter on the jury calendar, defendant, I just want to clear the air. My attorney demanded a jury trial. I would never make any demands of you, Judge. I would just politely ask. Mr. Jones, have you been drinking today? I always have a few beers, but it don't affect me. Oh, okay. All right, that's all I need to know. It don't. I'm good. Thank you. You might drink coffee. You might drink sodas, but I always have me a couple of beers in the morning. Judge, okay. Thank you, Mr. Jones. You mean I'm done? You're done. Now I can go home and drink some beer, boys. You're free to go, Mr. Jones. You mean I can just take off and go? Thank you very much. The officer will show you out. That's my true testimony, people, and I feel sorry for your mom. For everyone in the courtroom who has made this series so insane, thank you. Part 35. Let's do it. Prosecutor, I am just trying to navigate life these days, and I just can't do it. My ex-wife only shows up when I'm going to prison. That's a good woman. The court, ask a question. You're just staring at him. Attorney, so you're saying they arrived pretty fast? Witness, yeah, it was real fucking fast. Lawyer, so what kind of dog was that? Witness, an American bulldog. Lawyer, what does it look like? Witness, like a bulldog? The American one. How do you handle your money? Witness, I reach into my pocket, and if I have money, I hold it. My gown has a zipper, so it's really just a judicial snuggie. Judge, what's the name of your business? Defendant, I have an OnlyFans. Judge, what is an OnlyFans? Public defender, it's a website where you post videos. Judge, oh, wow, okay. How much money do you make there? Defendant, I had $300 in my account, but once I get my phone and they find out I was locked up, it will skyrocket. Prosecutor, what were you struck with? Employee, a bottle of lube. Prosecutor, how do you know that? Employee, the lube was the brand Pure. I recommend it to everybody. Court reporter, how long is this hearing going to take? I feel like I'm doing time with the defendant at this point. My friend hit me in the face with a shovel. Prosecutor, why is that? Defendant, because I was stealing from him. Prosecutor, what were you stealing? Fentanyl. Cover of matters that aren't complicated. Attorney, not in this lifetime, Your Honor. What are two rights in the Declaration of Independence? Benjamin Franklin. Testimony during a murder trial in Hawaii. Prosecutor. First of all, is there a difference between worker ants and soldier ants? Expert witness, yes. The soldier ants have large heads and the worker ants have small heads. The worker ants go out to forage to find something. If it's a large find, the worker will go back to the ant nest. The ants will send out more workers, and if it's a big find, they'll send soldiers along. Defense attorney. I object to the materiality of the witness's statement. Judge, your objection is on the grounds of relevance. Defense attorney. Yes, sir. It's also hearsay as to what the ants tell each other. Guys, the Transcript series turns 2 years old on Friday. That's right, I have raised a toddler on this app for all of you to enjoy. Not like that. And it's been a wild ride, right? It's been a moment. So in celebration of that, here's a bonus episode of me taking it out of court, okay? And going into the Yelp reviews for county jails. Ka-chow. I was a guest at the King County B&B in 2001. Not the most welcoming place I've ever visited. Both the bed and the breakfast were well under par. Why my rectum needed to be inspected before I was offered my lovely jumpsuit and plastic sandal is truly beyond me. I shan't return. This place sucks. Beds were uncomfortable. Cold, no toilet paper, and the sack lunch did not slap. Get transferred to Kent if possible. Still sucks, but slightly less. I asked when checkout time was and I was told 12:15. It seemed oddly specific, but when I called over the guard to let her know I was ready to check out, she refused to let me. Exclamation point, question mark. I had to escalate to the manager, a Mr. Warden. He informed me that the checkout time was 12 to 15. Wish the front desk had been clearer. Food service is prompt, but quality is low. No room service unless you get some sort of solitary package or something. I wasn't interested in paying that premium. People typically spend 45 minutes to 2 hours here. Laugh out loud, Google. I wish. 10 out of 10 would not go to jail here ever again. I would rather get the death sentence than eat that chicken parm one more time. This prison's food is very fairly priced because it's free, but the quality is abysmal and the atmosphere is very aggressive. Furthermore, the guards do very little to improve the energy of the room by failing to use lively paint for the walls or provide ample lighting. 3 stars. A unique and memorable lodging and dining experience in Chicago can be found right here. The personal service and hospitality I received here were second to none. They will come and pick you up anywhere in Chicago and personally escort you to the front desk to be sure that you find it okay and arrive safely. As you are dropped off in front of most places, guest services took a while to check me in, but the personal attention that I received was outstanding. They held on to all my personal items and kept them securely stored. The person who took my personal items was carrying a weapon, so I knew that anyone who tried to mess with me, I never got my phone call during my stay at KCJ, and whoever slices the bologna for the white bread sandwiches also has one unsteady hand. The thickness variation is totally unacceptable. My week was literally horrible. So let's read some court transcripts so I can feel something. It's me. Ka-chow. Is there any reason at all that you feel like you cannot sit or serve on this jury panel today, juror? I'm on morphine and I'm higher than a kite. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I ain't never been to court before. You were in this court 2 months ago for DUI. I know. I mean for this. Judge, I would like a continuance on my trial I missed today. The reason I was late was because the neighborhood vandal let the air out of all my tires and I had to kick his ass. Murder suspect on trial, energy drink in hand. I hope this motherfucker works. I was nodding off in there. Do I need a lawyer? Judge, ooh. Probably would have been a good idea. Your Honor, this woman sent me nudes. I have pictures of her coochie on my phone right now. Petitioner, Judge, I am a happily married woman. Do you hear me? Happily married. This is a court of law, not of common sense. Attorney to client, look. We'll file the matter at 10:30, have it listed at 2:30, argue it at 4:30, get our interim order at 5:30, and show up at his door with a machete at 7:30 sharp. Defense attorney, Your Honor, my client is a necrophiliac. Narcoleptic. I meant Your Honor, I have a document I want to give to my son's defense. Judge, now is not the time to present it, ma'am. But I already gave it to the prosecutor and she said it wasn't a defense to the charge. Judge, state, Your Honor, it was a note from his mother saying her son is, quote, not all there. Mother, that's right. He's stupid. Has to be a defense, right? To be abundantly clear, it is not a crime to give someone the finger. Flipping the proverbial bird is a God-given charter enshrined right that belongs to every red-blooded Canadian. It may not be civil, it may not be polite, it may not be gentlemanly. Being told to fuck off should not prompt a call to 911. Can you rephrase the question? No. I am not arguing with you. Father, okay, well then can I speak to your supervisor? Because something gotta be done about you. Judge. No. Hey, do me a favor. Stop acting like you hate your ex more than you love your children. At arraignment hearing, Judge, you are charged with burglary on October 2nd, 2009. Do you wish to enter a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Defendant. Judge, I am here because this paper that you sent to me said to be here today for my arraignment. So I am here. What type of arrangement are we talking about? Trial for defamation for publishing a story in a Sunday Times News article calling plaintiff hideous looking. Defendant. Is truth a defense? Plaintiff. You motherfucker.
Oh my god, Miss Rebel. Oh my god, please read this in your voice. Rebel, please.
I'm here
I'm here. Let's do it.
For context, Donald Trump is on trial right now, and naturally he is just refusing to attend and is instead posting about it on social media from the cheap seats, which is his weird social media site that he made, calling the woman who's suing him her case a made-up scam. And today, they started reading those tweets to the judge in open court. And it's not great, right? He's calling her lawyers political operatives, and then he's kind of describing in detail some key pieces of evidence about the SA allegation that occurred in a shopping mall dressing room. It's giving plead the fifth, right? It's giving plead the fifth for sure. And the judge had some chat about it. Let's see it. What seems to be the case is that your client is basically endeavoring, certainly, to speak to his quote-unquote public, but more troubling to the jury, in this case, about stuff that has no business being spoken about. We're getting into an area, conceivably, where your client may or may not be tampering with a news source of potential liability. And I think you know what I mean. If I were in your shoes, I'd be having a conversation with your client. There's some relevant United States statutes here, and somebody on your side ought to be thinking about them. Here's all I can tell you. I will speak to my client and ask him to refrain from any further posts regarding this case. I will do the best that I can do, Your Honor. That's all I can say. I hope you're more successful. If you didn't know this, if you name your child something too fucking ridiculous, okay, that the other parent just objects, is like, what the actual fuck is that? Absolutely not. They can bring you to court over it, in addition to like custody issues, etc., and ask the court to change the child's name. And there's a hearing transcript from one of these cases that I found that it really is just gold. Judge, I simply do not understand why you named this child. His legal name is Weatherby.com Chanel Forecast Shepherd. Now, before you answer that, the plaintiff in this action is a weatherman for a local television station. Defendant, yes. Okay. Is that why you named the child the name that you gave the child? It stems from a lot of things. Okay, tell me what they are. Well, Weatherby. I've always heard of Weatherby as a last name and never a first name. So I thought Weatherby would be, and I'm sure you could spell it B-E-E or B-E-A or B-Y. Anyway, Weatherby. And where did you get the .com? Well, when I worked at NBC, I worked on a teleprompter computer. All right. So that's where the .com came from. I just thought it was kind of cute. .com. And then I really didn't have a whole lot of names because I had nothing to work with, and I don't know family names. I don't know any names of the Spear family, and I really had nothing to work with. And I thought, Chanel. Well, where did you get forecast? Forecast instead of F-O-R-E, like your future forecast, or your weather forecast, F-O-U, as in my fourth son, my fourth child, forecast. It was, so his name is Forecast. Yes. I think it's better this way. Why? You think it's better for his name to be Weatherby.com Chanel? Well, just a minute, for the record, sorry. Chanel, Forecast, spelled F-O-U-R-C-A-S-T. Yes, he doesn't have to use .com. I mean, as a grown man, he can use whatever he wants. As a grown man, what is his middle name? .com Chanel Forecast. He can use Chanel. He can use the letter C. And when he gives his birth certificate, is it on his birth certificate, as you've stated to the court? Does this child's birth certificate read Weatherby.com? That's how I filled out the paperwork for his Chanel Forecast. Yes. And for his social security card, I filled it out as Weatherby F. Shepherd. All right. Guess who's back? Let's do it.
Hell yeah. I'm sitting outside the courthouse just to film this, so you're welcome.
Part 37. Ka-chow. I've never put my child in danger. Defense counsel, do you recall a time when you were walking down a street shoeless, high on meth, holding your child? Plaintiff. I had shoes on. Mr. Guerrero, do you rest? I will never rest. Sir, you didn't come to court. Where have you been for the past 13 years? Defendant, it slipped my mind. Judge,
It slipped your mind for 13 years. Did you correct your son when he called your ex-husband a fat ass? Witness. I don't remember. Do you think your ex-husband is a fat ass? I can't answer that. Judge, Mr. Smith, I will take judicial notice that your client is not a fat ass. Defendant making his speech at drug court graduation. And lastly, I'd like to thank you, Miss Prostituter. You weren't the prostituter on my case originally, but since I've been here, it's been you. And you're all right for a prostituter. To believe the defendant didn't have a gun, we would have to believe in fairies and pixie dust. Oh, that's actually my birthday, but it's okay. We can pick that date. I'll bring you cake. Public defender, no thank you. Prosecutor, who doesn't like cake? Public defender, oh, I like cake. I just refuse to eat it in celebration of you being born. State your profession, spiritual advisor. And to clarify, I already know too much about this case to serve as an impartial juror. I am a clairvoyant. So what made you steal these items from a Walmart? Defendant, I was on Xanax. Judge, Xanax makes you steal? Your Honor, when I'm on Xanax, I turn into sticky fingers. Are you an attorney? Attorney, yeah, but I'm with the DA's office. Woman, oh shit. Never mind. I was going to ask you for a nickel, but never mind. I definitely don't need a nickel. Sir, are you familiar with the screen name Big Fun 14? Yeah, that's me. What does the number 14 refer to, sir? I don't know what you mean. Sir, isn't the 14 a reference to the size of your member? No. I don't know what you mean. It's a date. It's Judge. Sir, is your penis 14 inches long? The victim, if you will, is a palm tree. Public defender to defendant in custody. Okay, sir, I'm going to continue your case until Tuesday so we can enter your plea, and you'll have credit for time served. Defendant, oh, come on. I don't want to come back. It's really inconvenient for me to come to court. Such a hassle. Really disrupts things. Judge, Grundy County was famous for this group that tried to burn down the courthouse because they figured if they burned it down, they couldn't be tried for it. Defendant. Sounds like my kind of people. Public defender. Ugh. Defendant, are there any black judges in this courthouse? Judge. I'm one.
By the time I post this, I will be in court. Let's pray it is as iconic. Part 38. Ka-chow.
Judge, there are days when I wonder why I come into this building. Yeah, hi, I'm here to pay for my warrant. Do you guys have any Black Friday deals? Is this trial going to run longer than expected? Because I have tickets to Taylor Swift on June 10th in another state, and you will have to arrest me at the airport. Okay, I'm assuming because you told me you have a boyfriend, you're not married right now. Is that correct? Witness. I'm married. Not to him. Lawyer, okay, sorry for assuming that. You know, I know you're trying really hard not to argue some bullshit, but you are. If you wouldn't waggle your weenie in public, then you wouldn't be in this mess. Sir, I am your attorney, not your financial accountant, but I'm thinking, maybe. LASIK eye surgery isn't the time or place to be finding coupons. Don't be a wonky waggler. Refuse the urge to waggle. I don't need insurance. I got a motherfucking brick tag, Your Honor. The jail down hecked up. Judge, good lord. Okay, well, that's illegal. But that's okay. Your Honor, I shouldn't have to pay $48,000 in back child support because Minnesota doesn't have jurisdiction over me. In fact, neither does Florida. Judge, I'm sorry. How is that possible, sir? Well, you see, Your Honor, I'm an Aboriginal, which means I'm a sovereign citizen. Judge, and just so we're clear, you have roots in Australia. Fuck Australia. They don't have jurisdiction over me either. I have Cherokee blood running through my veins, and I'm damn proud of it. Judge. Okay. So you're Native American. Mr. Defendant, I've asked your attorney to go over your indictment with you, and has he done so, Roe v. Wade? I was mugged by Alton Allen. Okay. I was onto a check cashing racket going on at Polk's. So when they figured out I was onto it, they called the law on me. Alton just walked up and hit me in the face. Then they threatened to shoot me with a gun and everything else. Okay. And when I lived at the Lufkin Donut Shop, the crack salesman living beside me, excuse me. Would you be quiet, please? This is not a time for you to make a statement to the court, okay? This is a time for you to be advised of what you're charged with. I'm really not charged with anything. They just made it up. He hit me first and mugged me for $300. I understand that. He may very well have done so. And if you're found guilty of that offense, it carries a range of punishment from 2 to 10 years in the penitentiary and up to a $10,000 fine. Roe v. Wade. Okay, defense attorney. It's gonna be a plea of not guilty.
Happy birthday. Here you go. This is part 39. Ka-chow. Defendant, I did stop. I counted to 3 and then I went. Judge, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to count to 3 and then I'm going to find you guilty. The defendant tested positive for methamphetamines. Judge, do you have anything to say about this? Defendant, I live in a house where people come over and they put meth in the coffee filters. What did you do to prepare for your deposition today? I had a bottle of wine. Okay, anything else? Nope. I have to advise you pleading guilty to this charge could get you deported. Defendant, ugh. Can I just be deported now instead? Public defender. I've actually never been asked that question before. State your appearance. Defendant. Blue jeans, blue sweater. No, state your name for the record. What did the driver look like? Is that him in the truck? Witness. Yeah, that's him. He looked like SpongeBob. I'm not here to fix feelings. Judge, oh my God. You look exactly like my daughter. This is freaky. Defense attorney. Does this mean she'll get a lighter sentence, prosecutor? Or a worse one? Defendant set us free. Like that ass. Judge, and where do you reside now? I'm not interested. Not interested in what? In answering your question. Your Honor, do I look like someone who needs to stalk a woman to get her attention? I have plenty of women who want me. Just look at me, Judge. Defense attorney, my client, Miss Smith. I call her Miss Nicole Smith. Actually, I call her Miss Nicole not guilty. I call her Miss Nicole shouldn't be charged. I call her Miss Nicole wrongfully accused. Cop testifying, can we get these public defenders and the audience out of here? They do this on purpose. And the one in yellow is making faces at me. Judge, I didn't see anyone doing that. And it's an open courtroom, so please just focus on the questions. 2 minutes later. They're texting and laughing. They always do this. Honor, he stated he would kill whoever killed his brother upon release. Defense attorney, he doesn't have a brother. Judge, because he's dead. Attorney, a woman takes a beating and doesn't leave. She consents to all future beatings. Judge, oh, worst argument I've heard in 30 years. Attorney, so as far as you know, they could have been objection. Argumentative, assumes facts. Just asking if it's a possibility. There's a possibility that we're all in a simulation, but go ahead and answer if you know. Witness. I have no idea. Honor, I would object to a continuance. This is the last day that I can try this case. Why can't you try this case after today? I am being disbarred tomorrow. I'm suppressing the chemical analysis based on the law. Prosecutor, judge, based on what law? The law that's out there. I don't know what it is, but it exists. The reason I never gave her money for our daughter is because I have another family I support. Defendant, let me tell you something. I am the Grand Master of the Illuminati, public defender. Congratulations on your new promotion. Let me get you a continuance so you can go about your business as Grand Master of the Illuminati. Defendant, yes, you do that. While police officer is testifying in custody, defendant pulls out a Walkman and earphones and starts playing something. Judge, are you listening to the radio right now? Defendant, yes. Judge, why? Defendant, these are all lies. If you didn't know this, anytime a judge disses you in a court document, pleading, etc., in some funny way, we call that a bench slap because they're slapping you from their bench. This is from a judge in Delaware. Enjoy. Dear counsel. Scientists have found that the octopus is bizarrely adept at navigating mazes. Its protean and malleable body, together with a keen brain distributed throughout its nervous system so that each arm can think independently, allows it to make short work of finding any exit that a biologist's apparatus has left it. But the octopus has nothing on the contortions exhibited in plaintiff's attempt to establish jurisdiction here. Reb, what happens in the courtroom? I will tell you. This is part 40. Ka-chow. All right, good luck. Don't come back. Defendant, likewise. Do you have a Jewish doctor? I do not have a Jewish doctor. All parties ordered to appear at 9 a.m. for the love of all that is crispy Jesus. No, shut. Notice of voluntary dismissal and notice that the court can go fuck itself. Now comes the plaintiff by and through pro se and hereby voluntarily dismisses this case. The plaintiff also notifies this clown-ass court that this court and Mira can go fuck themselves. Fuck you bitches, not. Respectfully submitted. Your Honor, is 10 to 20 still on the table? I'd rather take that than have to deal with this lawyer. Judge, I'll see you back here in July. Defendant, I'm not coming back. I'm telling you right now, you're probably going to have to issue a warrant, Judge. Okay, thank you. I will see you in July. Need all of the evidence, photos, videos, everything. Subpoena everyone. Hell, you better subpoena the raccoon that was in the bushes. Sir, you can't even burp in the direction of the victim. I can't believe I shaved my unibrow for this. Have you ever been diagnosed with any mental illness? Defendant, yes, about 5 years ago. I got hit by a drunk driver and they told me it was so damaged I got lizard brain. Judge. So do you understand what is going on today? Defendant, oh, absolutely. Do you know where we are? Yes. Where do you think we are? Earth. Defendant, it's my job to keep running and it's your job to try to fucking catch me. Who are you to try to insert yourself into our situation? She slapped me. I slapped her. We were aroused. State your appearance. Defendant, jeans, blue sweater. No. State your name for the record. Attorney, hey, it's your lawyer. You're supposed to be in court this morning. Court started 45 minutes ago. Client, I'm here. I'm just across the street getting breakfast. Everybody in court was getting probated. I don't understand why I can't get probation. Public defender, no one else in court was charged with shooting someone. You shot someone. Your case is different from theirs. Prospective juror number 10, please share with us whether you are married, single, partnered, what have you. Juror number 10, I am currently in a short-term relationship. Sir, please describe your bond with your children. Father, I would do everything for them. I even tried breastfeeding them. Judge, do you understand that by your plea of guilty, you may be affecting your naturalization or immigration status? Defense attorney, my client is an American. Judge, ooh, let the record reflect that's not what I asked. How close are you and your brother? Witness, well, we came out of the same vagina, so we're pretty close. Robbery, aggravated, my God. You were a human crime wave back in the day. All right, now go ahead and tell me what happened. Defendant, well, the cop didn't believe me when I told her I had a weapon. This is a false reporting charge. Yes. I don't understand. How is that your charge then? Tell me the whole interaction. I need a factual basis. Defendant, all right, well. She asked me to step out of the vehicle when I got pulled over and asked if I had any weapons. I told her yes. She asked where. I told her in my pants. She asked what type of weapon. And I told her a joystick. Judge, what is that? A type of gun? No, I was talking about my dick. Ah, well, I see why we are here then. Avengers, we need to assemble immediately. Donald Trump got up and stormed out of the courtroom today with Secret Service agents chasing after him. The move was not expected and appeared to surprise even his attorneys. Gasps could be heard within the courtroom. I want to know what was said. I need the transcript. Okay? I want to know. Don't let me down. Guess who got the transcripts? Your girl. For context, this is a $250 million civil fraud suit brought by the New York Attorney General Letitia James against Trump, his eldest sons, and the Trump Organization for basically defrauding the state of New York by overvaluing Trump's assets, properties by about $3.6 billion for 3 years. Trump testified on Monday. Let's get it. I'd like to move things along a little faster. Please, no speeches. Objection, he called me a fraud. And he didn't even know anything about me. Attorney, did you get copies of statements in 2021? Trump, I was so busy in the White House with China, Russia, and keeping the country safe. You were not the president in 2021. Trump. No, I wasn't. The number of homes don't match. It's like a painting. The land is there. You can do what you want to do. You can do either one of them. What about windmills? I was not happy. They built them. Scotland, yes. I'm not a windmill person. And I think I've been proven to be right. But Mr. Weiselberg told the UK regulators the Trump org did not intend to develop due to windmills. They'll probably come down one day. They are miles out. That was in 2014 that we were fighting the windmills. There's nothing wrong with sitting and waiting. If you have the money, and I've got a lot of money, more than you thought. Trump, it's a terrible thing you've done. You know nothing about me. You believe that political hack back there, and that's unfortunate. Judge, you can attack me. You can do whatever you want. But answer the question. Aberdeen is the oil capital of Europe. Very irrelevant. Irrelevant. Are your financial disclaimers accurate? My financial disclaimers always hold up in court. Except maybe in this court. They always hold up in court. Always. It's a disclaimer. Lawyer, do you? The worth of me was far greater than the financial statements. People don't know how good a company I've built. Because people like you go around and try to demean me. Try to hurt me. What's going on here? How can a thing like this be going on? It's disgraceful. This is a political witch hunt. And I think she should be ashamed of herself.
I promise you, Mr. Trump, I am trying to get you off the stand. Great. Sure you are.
I became president because of my brand. If I wanted to build up a statement because of my brand, all I would have to do is add brand value, and my statement would be very, very substantial. Judge, Mr. Kais, can you control your client? This is not a political rally. This is a courtroom. Maybe you should have a talk with him right now. Trump's attorney. No, I think the former and soon-to-be chief executive understands the rules. Judge, well, he doesn't abide by them.
So busy in the White House. My threshold was China, Russia, and keeping our country safe. The question was actually about this property value.
Judge Angeron, no. We're not going to hear about the disclaimer clause. If you want to hear about the disclaimer clause, read my opinion again. Or for the first time, perhaps. The fraud is on the court, not on me. This is a very unfair trial. Very, very. And I hope the public is watching. It is a terrible, terrible thing. There are political operatives that I'm going to be dealing with now. It's a very sad situation for our country. I think that she's a political hack, and I think she used this case to try and become governor, and she used it successfully to become attorney general. I think it's a disgrace, and that this case is going on. All you have to do is read the legal scholars, the papers, and you'll know this is a political witch hunt. You and every other Democrat, district attorney, AG, and U.S. attorney were coming at me from 15 different sides. All Democrats, all haters. I have great confidence in my son to manage my assets. I'm sure the judge will rule against me because he always rules against me. Many people are leaving New York because of exactly this kind of thing. It's election interference because you want to keep me in the courthouse. Okay, even yesterday, she's out there saying fraud. The fraud is her. This is the opposite of fraud. Done? We got another speech. I beseech you to control him if you can. If you can't, I will. Trump's attorney. I would think respectfully of all the witnesses. Your Honor would want to hear everything this witness has to say. Judge, no, I do not. No, I do not want to hear everything this witness has to say. He has a lot to say. That has nothing to do with the case or the questions. I'm not here. And these people are not here to hear what he has to say. We are here to hear him answer questions. It's really very simple. Trump's attorney, sit down. In my 33 years, I have not had a witness testify better. The judge doesn't want to hear everything the witness has to say. Gee, says a lot about the judge. No, you're so right. You're so right. It does say a lot about him. The same way it says a lot about me when I walk up to a restaurant, right? And I sit down and I look at the menu and I turn to the waiter and say, what would you recommend on this menu? What answer are you expecting? Right? What am I looking for to make my decision about my meal at this establishment from this menu, okay? Based on the standards of taste that we have, all right? The waiter is not going to start talking about how she had relations with the line cook 2 nights ago and that her father is about to loan her $10,000 so she can start her nail tech biz. I don't want to hear everything she has to say. Is that rude of me? The answer would be no. The answer would be no. Is that bad of the judge that he doesn't want to hear everything Trump has to say? No. Time I had a witness at a deposition, right, do the whole thing that T with the rump is doing, okay, that you think is like super fine and great and the judge should listen. One of the questions we asked him, we said, what do you do for work? Preliminary baseline foundational questions you ask, okay, to like establish the background of the witness. He responded, I kid you not, with, I'm 6'5", 220. And I said, objection, non-responsive. And then I said, please answer the question. What is your job? Well, I'm 6'5", 220. I could lift probably all of you here, probably walk up that hill. Yeah, I do have back problems, but I am certified as a bartender to mix drinks, so that's great. So that's actually been really helpful for the money that I've been making lately. Objection, non-responsive. Sir, what is your profession? I'm a consultant. Elaborate. What is a consultant for what? I just consult. Wouldn't you like to know? Do you see? You don't. But everyone with a brain will.
If you've been here before, you know the drill. If you don't, I'm Reb Maisel. I'm an attorney, and I read iconic court transcripts in these godforsaken sunglasses. This is part 41. Ka-chow. You know what the oath you have just taken means, witness? Yeah. It means if I swear to a lie, I gotta stick to it. Counsel, how do you always have so much energy? Defense attorney. Oh no, it's not energy, it's panic. Sir, what is it that you do for a living? Defendant, I get paid under the table. During our search of the room, we also located a black powder pistol. Prosecutor, I'm not particularly familiar with a black powder pistol. Could you be more descriptive, officer? You know, like what a pirate would carry. Are you a veteran? I'm a veteran on these streets. I don't think that qualifies. Judge, and how far did you get in school? Defendant. Well, I've traveled all the way to Florida for school before. Let me rephrase the question. What level of education have you completed? At that doctor's visit, did they measure your husband's penis? Wife, yes. It was 3 inches. Defense counsel, and did that number shock you? Yes. Why? I thought it was a lot shorter. Attorney, you have the right to remain silent. I encourage you to do so. Defendant, if I bail out, can I take you out? Did he give you the combination for the lock on the gun case? Yes. Where did he get the combination? His memory. Family law attorney, so mom's asking for 50-50 parenting time. And it's like, ma'am, you drove over someone's foot at school drop-off last week. Defendant, I definitely didn't make those sales. But if they have evidence I did, I'll take 4 years. If you dismiss my client's case, I'll trade you Josh Allen in our fantasy league. Prosecutor, this sounds like attempted bribery of a public official. Defense counsel, nah, fuck that. This is full-on bribery. Defendant, I just have some issues with medication. Prosecutor, well, the state has an issue with you assaulting people. Judge, this is a permanent injunction. I've received the orders and I am going to sign off. Defendant, so how long does this last? Like 2 years? Judge, it's permanent. Judge, I have to explain to you what it means to represent yourself in a court of law. Defendant, I've dated a few lawyers. I think I get it. I'm good, Judge. Well, I didn't need all that, but okay. Your Honor, I was told that he came to my place of work on Friday. Judge, sir, why did you go to her place of work? Respondent, because it is a strip joint that I frequent. Judge, not anymore. Sir, find another one. You are getting a great deal here, sir. Probation for stealing a car. Don't come back here. Stay out of trouble. Defendant, yes, Your Honor. Just being honest, I didn't steal the car. I paid for it with Judge. Judge, my client admits he had cocaine on him, but he's not that kind of guy. My client had cocaine on him that night because he just likes to party. Good morning, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I have not heard from Mr. Jonas this morning. Judge, what about his brothers? Attorney, I'm sorry, his brothers? Judge, you haven't heard of the Jonas brothers? What a shame. Do you understand that your entry of a guilty plea in this case is final? Defendant, yes. No takesies backsies. You're right, I has problems, right? Witness, a little bit. Yeah, lawyer, not a little bit. Blind, no. Lawyer, you told 3 of your providers at the VA, quote, I'm blind in my right eye. Witness, I used the word loosely. Lawyer, you use the word loosely and you're an optometrist, right? I do. Witness, have I been to any other states? Lawyer, other than the connecting flights? Witness, I went to Michigan on a date with a girl that I met online. I took her out for her birthday to get her nails done and get some. She wanted to eat squid. I was like, I eat calamari, but I don't eat the other squid like that. And that was it. We didn't really talk after that, you know. She seemed like a gold digger. She was, you know, like, she looked finer online than she looked when she was in person. I ain't trying to judge her for that. You know, like, I liked her personality, but I'm a big dude. I thought there was more meat on her body than that. She was too bougie. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Lawyer, no, you're okay. Witness, I put the fan on because it's too hot, and you said not to touch the AC. I'm sweating bullets. I could feel the sweat under my titties. Court is in receipt of the parties' whiny letters. What is wrong with you parties/lawyers? Stop it. There will be no extension granted on the motion deadline. Don't ask. This is my oldest and least favorite case. Please stop trying to become my least favorite lawyers. Happy holidays. If reading about shenanigans that happen in court was a crime, I would be in prison. This is part 42 of reading iconic court transcripts. Ka-chow. Judge, and why are you here today? Defendant, zigged when I should have zagged. He's charged with resisting arrest, Your Honor. Judge, well, he's not wrong. Defendant, are you an attorney or a public defender? Attorney, public defenders are attorneys. Defendant, shit. She knows her shit. Attorney, how do you feel about criminal defense attorneys? Juror, I think they should all be drowned at birth. Attorney, well, then you are obviously biased towards the prosecution. Juror, what makes you think that? I hate prosecutors too. What makes this arson in the first degree? Prosecutor, please excuse me if my reading of the statute is incorrect, but I believe the statute reads that it involves fire and and burning. Judge, that's an interesting shirt. Who's on it? Defendant. No idea. Judge. Oh, where's it from? Defendant. I don't know. I stole it. Public defender. Oh God. We had a pubic public typo. I had a client tell me I have a defeatist attitude because I was telling him what the evidence against him was. Clerk, is it bad? Yeah, he's caught on camera doing it all, but he told me I just needed to think positive thoughts. Clerk, don't we all? I can't hear you. What are my charges? What do I need to show you my tits to get it expunged? I am the Hardin County meth hoe. Judge, that won't be necessary. No. God, no. Judge, yes, no prior acts. Prosecutor, Your Honor, the defendant has a felony conviction, not with the victim. Defense attorney to his client. You have a felony. When did you first experience pain after the accident? Witness, immediately. I was bruised and skinned pretty good. Right tentacle had swollen to the size of a hard baseball. Lawyer, your right what? Witness, tentacle. Lawyer, tentacle. Lawyer 2, testicle. Lawyer 1, testicle. Okay. Witness. Whatever. Objection, more Spanish. Ma'am, I'm sorry to ask, but are you clothed? Prostitution case, judge, your fine is $250. How soon can you pay it? Defendant, would an hour be soon enough? Judge, sir, has your attorney answered all of your questions? Defendant, yes, she's very smart and she's very beautiful, judge. Attorney, were you cutting it with any other narcotic? Defendant, nope. I don't tend to mix God's gift with the chemicals that men created to destroy people's lives. Judge, I'm ordering you back for trial tomorrow. Defendant, I'm not going. Y'all can do this shit without me. Judge, if you refuse to come, I'll issue an extraction order. Defendant, you can extract this turd out of my ass. Judge, I don't care what you do. You don't interrupt me under any circumstance unless you want to go to Georgetown by 6 o'clock. Now say one more word and they will take you out of here. You must think in somebody's world you matter, but it's not this one. Now, you can ask me if you wish to say something, but the day you entrust me is the day you go to the S block. Do you know what S block is? No, Your Honor. It is the Sussex Violation of Probation Center. Under 11 Delaware Code Section 1271, I can summarily find you in contempt without a hearing and give you up to 6 months. Now smirk, and son, you'll be down there before dinner. I've done it, and I'll do it again. So if you want to play, let's play. But you wouldn't like it there, trust me. Now, if you want to say something to me, I'd say it very carefully. Your Honor, I would request the court. No, Your Honor, I'm fine. All right. 5 fucking years. Kevin, 5 fucking years, and that's the question she asks me. Let's go outside. We apologize to you, Denise. Apologize. I don't apologize for jack shit. 5 fucking years, that's the first question. Eat shit. What, Denise? What? Give me that fucking look again. Kevin, get out. 5 fucking years. She did that to irritate me. Specifically to piss me off. The deposition was adjourned at 1:49 p.m. Juror, I really don't have any use for lawyers. Judge, do you think there are some good lawyers? Juror, I've never met one. Judge, I'm a lawyer. Juror, I know you are, Judge. I come down here and I get an attitude. You can tell I got an attitude right now, Judge. Yeah, I can't. For the last time, you can't use the word mouth breather in my courtroom. Defendant, stage whispering to attorney. Can we tell this mouth breather we object? Witness, I thought NFTs were like Kohl's Cash. Lawyer, did the defendant tell you they were like Kohl's Cash? Witness, he told me they were real money. Lawyer, did you think they were real money? Witness, I thought they were an idiot's version of real money. Lawyer, could you elaborate on that? Witness, he was an idiot. He thought it was real money. Is that good enough? Jesus. Lawyer, thank you, ma'am. We have to make sure the record is clear. So, witness, he's a moron. Clear as a window. Prosecutor, are you worried about the contents of this poem your daughter wrote and posted on TikTok? Defense attorney, objection. Foundation. Judge, what's the foundation issue, counsel? The exhibit is not what it purports to be. Judge, how so? Defense attorney, the username on this screenshot is Lil Uzi Vert. The child didn't write this, and it's not a poem. Those are rap lyrics. Judge, Little Uzi Vert. Lil, Your Honor. Lil? Yes, Lil, Your Honor. Lil Uzi Vert? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, I have no idea what any of that means, but I'll sustain the objection. What happens in Vegas may stay in Vegas, but what happens in court has never stayed in court. This is part 43. Ka-chow. Defense attorney, who was in the passenger seat of the car? Friend, family member, witness. Side piece. Judge, you put on the form that you didn't have any income for 2 years. Can you tell me about that? Defendant, yes. I was buried alive in a trench for 2 weeks. Judge, okay. So based on that reported income, you do qualify For a public defender. Plaintiff's attorney, it is a fat cover up. I have no other words to say more than fat. Overweight. Witness, he's like an evil genius, except not a genius. Texas bankruptcy court. It's not my job to be helpful, but I'm doing it anyway. Defense attorney on the phone in the hallway. What? No, she's not a pedophile. She hates kids. Defendant to judge, my bitch was driving. Judge, excuse me. Defendant to judge, my bad. My bitch was driving, Your Honor, sir. Judge, yeah, I don't think the victim is entitled to a new iPhone 14 because she gets emotional staring at a Samsung. Judge, interesting spelling of that name. Is that Gaelic? Defendant, it's nothing. My parents were hippies. The 49ers could be fighting against the Taliban and I still wouldn't root for them. Public defender. I say the same thing about the NYPD. Writing parking tickets in 13 degrees. You are one dedicated meter maid. Officer, I'm not a meter maid. I'm a parking enforcement officer lawyer. That's the attitude, meter maid. That is the attitude. Judge, wait, what is Wu-Tang? If I Google Wu-Tang later, will I get in trouble? Judge, he's one of those artificial intelligence lawyers in that his intelligence is not real. Only God can judge me. Judge, well, today I'm the judge and your protective order is denied. Respondent, the system is so flawed and hates men. God never wanted courthouses to exist. Also, I'd like everyone to know this woman gave me an STD, and to the old lady I was sitting next to in the middle row, sorry for burping on you earlier, this shit is contagious. So you have it now too. I spread this shit to everyone in the courtroom. Judge, well, it's kind of like when you kiss your sister. You didn't want it to happen, but it did. Counsel, wow, Judge. Ma'am, when you were booked in, heroin was found in your underwear, correct? Defendant, correct. I keep it there. So my dog doesn't get in it. That stuff could be poison for dogs. Attorney, well, it's common sense. Judge, well, common sense isn't worth a whole lot here. Attorney, right. What's your address? Fentanyl. Where do you live, bro? Police officer, I approached the vehicle to tell her a child couldn't be standing freely in the car, and she yelled, fuck the police and fuck a car seat out the window as she sped off. Testimony about the NYPD. Witness, I'm not going to call them liars, but historically they do lie. Lawyer, you can call them liars. We do all the time. Overheard outside courthouse. It's the only weapon I'm allowed to carry. A belt. April 25th, 1902. Cruel and inhumane treatment will be the plea of Thomas Foley for divorce. His wife admits that she tied his hands and feet while he was drunk and applied salt to his hands, face, and clothing, that the cattle in the field where he lay helpless might lick him to death as a revenge for a beating she received during a drunken orgy. Foley's skin was raw in many places, and his clothing in shreds. Defendant to stranger sitting behind him in gallery. What do you think? Should I just make a run for it? Judge, you are being disrespectful toward me personally. Defense attorney, Your Honor, you should change your definition of disrespectful. Prosecutor, Jesus was sarcastic all the time. Judge me all you want. Just keep the verdict to yourself. Defense attorney, I just feel like it's mischaracterized as this heinous crime. It was a fight in a bar. Somebody got beat up. We do live in Montana. Things get Western. Judge, okay. I think I've heard enough. And next time a pretty nice young lady walks up to you and offers you sex for $50, you walk away and say, no, thank you, officer. Did your investigation determine why the victim was there? No. Why didn't you ask him? He was dead. That evening, Armstrong responded to the service email sending the notice of filing and request for status conference, levying more threats and hurling additional insults. Quote, you are all so kind to let me know that you are all dumb motherfucking cunts. I've been waiting on this so I can file my countersuit. You are all fucked. I'm going to not only sue you and win easily, but I'm coming for all of your fucking licenses. You don't understand who you have fucked with, period. But you will, period. Thank you. If y'all didn't know, I'm an attorney and I read iconic court transcripts on this godforsaken app in these broken sunglasses. And to celebrate the fact that the New York courts just announced that they will be releasing the daily transcripts from Donald Trump's criminal trial, I am giving you another part before I probably do an entire series on that madness. This is part 44. Good God. Ka-chow. Sir, you can't even burp in the direction of the victim. Prosecutor, were you able to conduct a PBR? Police officer, you mean a PBT? PBR is what was in his system. Defendant, what do I need to do to get my ticket dismissed? The court, you've been charged with going 114 and a 55, sir. So, how do I get it dismissed? Judge, there's a better chance of a giraffe walking into this room than me dismissing this. Defense attorney, she has no drug convictions, Your Honor. Counsel, she has a drug conviction, except for that one. Would juror number 8 please approach the bench? Juror number 8. Hi. Judge, I understand you're a friend of Mr. Prosecutor. Juror number 8. Oh my God. He called me a friend. We live together. Defendant to judge, you are more corrupt than P. Diddy. Judge, well, I don't think I had as much fun as P. Diddy. Is there any mental, physical, or other reason why you would not be able to serve on this jury? Potential juror, just not feeling it. Prosecutor, objection, no. Judge, did I authorize you to appear virtually? Defendant, no, you didn't. Judge, well then, I think you have failed to appear and I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Defendant, Judge, I have head lice. Judge, okay then, we will get you a court date in about 3 weeks. Thank you so much for appearing virtually. What was the name of the location of the incident? Prosecutor, it was a dog grooming location. 1 second, defendant, it's called Doggy Style. Judge, okay, well, as a condition of your probation, there is no doggy style for you. Oh, wow, I know how that sounds. To be clear, I'm only prohibiting you from going to that business. Judge, what are you doing about a lawyer? Defendant, I'd like to purchase one. Judge, I don't think we do that anymore. Accused, Your Honor, can I say something? Judge, well, I haven't been able to stop you yet. When you stopped and detained my client, were you present? Officer. Defense attorney, were you present when you stopped and detained my client? Officer. Yes, I was there when I stopped and detained your client. Defendant, I am in the bathroom on the toilet. Judge, I'm not going to talk to you until you get out. Defendant, okay, well, I'm still going to be on here. Defendant, cross-examining a witness. Do you remember the conversation when you threatened to tell my wife I called her a pig? Plaintiff. No, but I do remember the conversation when you called your wife a fat pig. Question. You're aware Ben Brody is somebody who sued you, right? Elon. I think you're the one suing. Lawyer. Actually, Mr. Musk, I'm an attorney. Did you know that? I'm an attorney representing Mr. Brody. Answer. Yes, but many times I found that the actual plaintiff is the attorney. Lawyer. Okay. But that's just an assumption you're making, right? Like you don't know anything about Ben Brody? Elon. I don't. Okay. You understand Ben Brody has filed a lawsuit against you? Elon. In my opinion, you're the one filing the lawsuit. Lawyer. Okay. You understand. Let's try to make this an easier way. You understand that there's a piece of paper on which there's been a lawsuit written, and at the top of the lawsuit, it says Ben Brody plaintiff versus Elon Musk defendant. Do you understand that? Witness, I understand that, but I view many cases, and probably this one too, that the real plaintiff is the lawyer seeking money like you. Lawyer, okay. I'd like to know, though, are you aware that there's a piece of paper that has a lawsuit on it that says Ben Brody versus Elon Musk? That's actually what I'm wanting to know. Elon, yes. Okay. Technically. Do you feel like you have an understanding of what that lawsuit alleges you did wrong? Elon, I have a limited understanding of that, of what the lawsuit is about. Okay. Let's start there. What I want to think it's really about is about you getting a lot of money. Elon, this is a clear example of community notes. Lawyer, Mr. Musk, there is not a question. Please don't interrupt me. Please don't interrupt me. Lawyer, I'm going to interrupt you, Mr. Musk, because there's not a question on the Elon's lawyer. You shouldn't interrupt him. Mark, there's not a question, Alex. Okay, he's talking, so you shouldn't interrupt him. But that's not responding. Witnesses cannot just start talking in court. Elon's lawyer, if you're going to yell, Mark, we're going to cut off the deposition. Mr. Musk, you can continue finishing he actually can't, Alex. He has no question posed to him. Elon's lawyer, actually he can, because I told him he can. Court reporter, one at a time, please. Lawyer, okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and take a breath, Alex. First of all, I know you're not a Texas attorney. I know you don't know Rule 199.5, right? I know you're not even a pro hack in this case. Elon's lawyer, this isn't productive. You want to go ask another question, go ask another question. You're lecturing. Are you instructing him not to answer? You can try to ask the question again and I'll listen to it again. Are you going to instruct? Again, this isn't a real, you keep lecturing me, like get up to speed on the case and the facts of the case. This isn't like a real case. This is just like some stupid Mr. Spiro. Yeah, so lawyers it is not in accordance with the lawyer's creed to just start making random statements about the alleged frivolity of a case to another lawyer in a deposition. You know that's not proper. You know that. Do you give these lectures at all of your depositions? I do, and you can watch them. In any event, this is not a tweet that's alleged. If you're alleging that this tweet is directly related to the brawl, that's what I'm asking him, Mr. Spiro. Elon's lawyer, oh, okay. Is there some code in Texas that you don't yell and raise your voice in depositions? Witness. Why are you yelling? Calm yourself. Leon's lawyer. Yeah. Why are you yelling? Elon, calm yourself. Calm yourself. Lawyer. I am very, very disturbed. I am in a robe in Switzerland, but I still packed these just for you. This is part 45. Reading iconic court transcripts. Ka-chow. Judge, is there anything that you asked your attorney to do that he did not do? Defendant, yes. Lie. Attorney, don't be overheard complaining about your life in court, not even to yourself. Defendant, I started using again after I got back together with my ex. Judge, let me tell you something. Men come and go, but crack is forever. Defendant, are we on the record? Prosecutor, no. We're in the hallway. Defendant, well, okay, I object. I object to you. I object to the officers. I object to the courtroom. I object to my name. I object to the law. I object to traffic. Juror, is there a dress code? Judge, I mean, if you'd wear it to work or church, that's okay. Just don't show up in a mesh t-shirt or something like that. Client, I didn't smoke it. Defense attorney, yeah, you did. You failed a drug test. Client, I made brownies and ate them. Defense attorney. Client. Defense attorney, that's the same thing, man. Client, no, it's not. They said don't smoke. I only had a little bit of crack. I'm not sure why we're here. Judge, you do understand that any amount of crack is too much to be caught with. Are you going to prosecute any more dogs today? Prosecutor, no, we only prosecute bad owners. Sir, you were charged with unlawful possession of scheduled drugs, specifically fentanyl powder, and it is a felony because the alleged amount possessed was more than 200 milligrams. Do you understand that charge, defendant? 200 milligrams. Guy from back of courtroom. 2 points. Defendant. Oh, yeah, I understand. Prosecutor, the people think that. Defense attorney. Objection. It doesn't matter what the people think. Judge. Sustained. Sir, it's alleged you violated probation by continuing to test positive for narcotics and refusing to stay in contact with your officer. Do you understand that? Defendant. Yeah, but can I speak? Judge. Sure. Public defender. Don't. Defendant. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, Judge. My piss stay testing hot, but I'm out here doing the Lord's work, sir. Sir, you cannot coach a youth hockey team coked up. Judge to defendant Donald Trump. I find you in criminal contempt for the 10th time. Judge, well, that's the law. Defendant, no, it's not. You don't know the law. I know the law. That's just your opinion. Prosecutor stating terms of probation. Do not use force or violence against anyone. Obey all laws. Public defender. I have a problem with that one. Prosecutor. Do not use force or violence against anyone. Public defender. No. Obey all laws. We are setting him up for a failure. Did you see the altercation occur? Witness? Nah. As I said, I was distracted eating my McDonald's. No, Your Honor, it was a mechanical pig. Money doesn't buy class. Justice? I don't know. Witness, I consider myself a pretty good judge of character, which is why I don't have many friends. Cross-examination of Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former attorney, Trump's defense attorney. Mr. Cohen, my name is Todd Blanche, and you and I have never met, but you went on TikTok and called me a crying little shit. Witness, that sounds like something I would say. Prosecutor, objection. Judge, sustained. Trump defense attorney, you referred to Trump as dictator douchebag. Witness, sounds like something I said. You said he should go back to where he belongs in a fucking cage like a fucking animal. You recall saying that, witness. I recall saying that. You referred to President Trump as a boorish cartoon misogynist. Witness, sounds like something I would say. You referred to President Trump as a Cheeto-dusted cartoon villain. Witness, sounds like something I would say. Do you recall around that time you started talking about Trump being convicted of a crime? You said, I truly fucking hope this man ends up in prison. Witness, sounds right. You also said on your podcast that President Trump needs to wear handcuffs and do the perp walk. Do you recall saying that? Witness, I actually don't recall saying that, but I wouldn't put it past me. Accused claiming to be a sovereign citizen. Are you denying my right to travel freely upon the American lands? Judge. Accused, stop rolling your eyes at me. Judge. Accused, your disrespect has been noted, Your Honor. What you can't find in these law school textbooks are iconic court transcripts. You can find those here. This is part 46. Ka-chow. Lawyer, do you recall how he stabbed you? Witness, how else do you get stabbed? Poke, poke, poke. Prosecutor, permission to approach. Witness, no. Judge, she was asking me, Mr. Copeland. Judge, you're not still sleeping together, are you? Witness, not regularly, Your Honor. Your Honor, we know this is serious, but I would have thrown a knife at my husband if he called me a bitch too. Wife representing herself, it's true, is it not? that your girlfriend is also in fact your cousin. Husband, no, that's not true. Wife, to judge, what happens when someone lies in court under oath? At some point during this incident, you retrieved your backpack. Witness, yes. Defense attorney, and that is because you keep your firearm in that backpack. Witness, no. I had some barbecue packed up from earlier. Judge, as a condition of remaining out of custody, you're ordered to stay away from all Del Tacos. Sir, find a different place to. Taco Bell it is. Public defender. Taco Bell was better anyway. Respondent, I sound weird in that recording. Judge, you sound weird in person too. Protective order hearing. Petitioner hands the judge her cell phone. Oh my god. You're gonna see my butt. Judge, that's okay. I've seen better. Judge, sir, I'm inclined to release you on your own recognizance, but you have to show up on your next court date. Accused, I don't know if I can come to court. Judge, okay, then I won't release you. Accused, I just don't know how drunk I'll be, that's why. So, sir, you admit that you took multiple trips with your girlfriend while also testifying that you cannot afford alimony? Husband, correct. But she ain't my girlfriend. She's my sugar mama. I myself am broke. Defendant, I'll see you in court, motherfucker. Judge, you are in court. And how do you know she was out of the country in this TikTok video? Defense counsel, judge, it had hashtag Amsterdam, hashtag Eurotrip. Judge, ooh, and hashtag girls trip. Judge, this is not a rom-com. My courtroom is where relationships come to die. Ma'am, what do you do when you're not in custody? Defendant, look at the sky and cry. Judge, motion granted. Attorney, oh, your honor, my client has just handed me a very warm $100 bill from her bra. I know that's where I keep mine. Judge, thank you for all that information. Witness, I have POD, lawyer, and what does that stand for? Witness, pissed off disorder. Judge, what in the this? This thing has got to be the most bizarre thing I think I've ever heard in my life. Witness, right. Judge, somebody who came up with this idea is that's what they're doing has got to be insane. And hopefully I'll get the Zoom back up so everybody else in the world can enjoy this insanely disturbing examination. Lawyer, thank you. Lawyer, how do you handle your money? Witness, I reach into my pocket, and if I have money, I hold it. Proposed questions involved. 3. Whether the publicity about cannibalism in Wisconsin provides probable cause for a warrant to search in Pennsylvania for human body parts in mayonnaise jars in a missing person case from New Mexico. Judge, not addressed by the court below. Court of Common Pleas, Domestic Relations Division, Cuyahoga County, Ohio. Title: Respondent's invitation for this court to fuck off. Now comes respondent, by pro se representation, who respectfully invites this court to go fuck itself. See Exhibit A. Wherefore, all orders from this court are hereby rescinded under Minuteman Patriot Act protocols surrounding corruption of domestic systems. All force employed by this court will be met with equal and opposing force. The director of the FBI, Christopher Wray, has been advised. Respectfully submitted. Zoom court. Them kids' mama. Anyone here have any personal experience with domestic violence? Potential juror, I was a battered woman. Prosecutor, were the police ever called? Juror, a bunch of times. Did they investigate? Not really. Prosecutor, how did you get yourself out of that situation? Juror, I stabbed him. I'm a huge fan and also deaf. I would love captions and some of the smaller fonts. I'm about to walk out the door, so I don't really have time. Of course. Love you. Prosecutor, permission to approach witness? No. Judge, she was asking me, Mr. Copeland. Judge, what in the this? This thing has got to be the most bizarre thing I think I've ever heard in my life. Witness, right. Judge, somebody who came up with this idea is that's what they're doing has got to be insane. And hopefully I'll get the Zoom back up so everybody else in the world can enjoy this insanely disturbing examination. Lawyer, thank you. Proposed questions involved. 3. Whether the publicity about cannibalism in Wisconsin provides probable cause for a warrant to search in Pennsylvania for human body parts in mayonnaise jars in a missing person case from New Mexico. Judge, not addressed by the court below. Court of Common Pleas, Domestic Relations Division, Cuyahoga County, Ohio. Title: Respondent's invitation for this court to fuck off. Now comes respondent, by pro se representation, who respectfully invites this court to go fuck itself. See Exhibit A. Wherefore, all orders from this court are hereby rescinded under Minuteman Patriot Act protocols surrounding corruption of domestic systems. All force employed by this court will be met with equal and opposing force. The director of the FBI, Christopher Wray, has been advised. Respectfully submitted. Anyone here have any personal experience with domestic violence? Potential juror, I was a battered woman. Prosecutor, were the police ever called? Juror, a bunch of times. Did they investigate? Not really. Prosecutor, how did you get yourself out of that situation? Juror, I stabbed him. A judge once DM'd me to tell me that if I ever ended this series, they would hunt me down. So you might as well tune in. This is part 47 of reading iconic court transcripts. Thank you for the threats, but I won't stop until I'm dead. Ka-chow. Witness, I love God too much to shoot in the air. My daughter is downstairs getting arraigned. Does that mean I get to go home? Bailiff, if you enter the courtroom and your daughter is seated at the defense table, tell us. Until then, you're stuck here. Hi, Judge, how are you? Oh, fine, thanks. How are you? guilty. Judge, well, two wrongs don't make a right. But you know what they do make? Defendant, no. Judge, a restraining order. Defendant, I was just playing around. Judge, ooh, see, walks like a duck, talks like a duck, probably an abusive husband. Okay, the lesson for today is don't bring a jar of mayonnaise to a knife fight. That's right. Restraining order hearing, both parties yelling. Judge, ugh. You both absolutely have the right to be assholes. Defendant charged with trafficking a very large amount of drugs. Court clerk, spell your name for the record. Defendant, K, as in kilo. Defense attorney, it is not illegal to be a jackass in America, and my client is a jackass. Defendant, how have you been doing, Judge? Judge, oh, good. Good. How have you been incarcerated? Pro se litigant, can I have your card? Attorney, do you need an attorney? I thought you were pro se. Pro se litigant. I might be pro se, but I might like to proceed with you. Jury selection. Defense attorney, are you related to cops? Juror, yes. My dad, uncles, brothers, and cousins are cops. Defense attorney, ew, move to strike. Judge, what is your view of cops? Juror, they're all liars. Judge, jurors dismissed. Defense attorney, damn it. Jury selection for marijuana sales case in San Francisco, California. Prosecutor, who here thinks this case is a waste of time? Prosecutor, first of all, you never made an objection. Second of all, she's had sex before. She knows what an erect penis is. Defendant, bye. See you next time. Attorney, where are my fucking hot dogs? I want dogs at this deposition. Juror, leaving after trial. See you all in therapy. Judge, tell me what ways you're working on your sobriety, and I'll waive what fines and fees I can. Defendant, no, I'm not. I ain't got no money, so now I'm sober. That's how. Attorney's in deposition. Who is that? I don't know. I don't know either. Would you like to depose the horses? Well, he's the expert. The horses aren't. I don't really think that's all that funny, Mr. Davis. I do. I also do. One time I had a 45-minute debate with a district court judge over the use of the word cunt. He was such a tight ass. Police body cam footage playing in court. Officers, stop resisting. Stop resisting. Defendant, I'm not resisting, but I'm not going willingly. Judge, are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or narcotics? Defendant, not yet. Judge, how do you wish to plead? Guilty or not guilty? Defendant, guilty as sin. Defendant, you are all part of the order that is conspiring against me, even those two chicks to my left. Judge, sir, do not call the two prosecutors chicks. They are competent attorneys who deserve more respect. Defendant, if it means anything, they're both hella cute though. Waiting outside courtroom. Defendants, hey baby, girl, y'all are felons. I don't know why you're trying to talk to me. How long has it been since you've worked? 2 years. What have you been doing for 2 years? Breaking the law. Judge, do you know Jane Smith? Defendant, yes, that's my ex-wife. Judge, okay. Yeah, I was the judge who married you guys. Defense attorney, well, you clearly didn't do a very good job, Judge. Counsel, will you need time to set up for your opening? Defense attorney, probably not. I expect it to be disappointingly short. Judge, disappointingly short. Just like me. Client, I wanted to talk to you specifically because in researching law firms, I feel like these attractive, hot lawyers don't work as hard. I wanted a normal guy who works so hard he's balding. Attorney. Okay. Once again, what happens in court has not stayed in court even once. This is part 48. Ka-chow. Defendant, I will be representing myself with the assistance of the Holy Spirit, who will act as my guide. Judge, okay, will you let him know that you won't get bail, or should I? Sir, do you own any firearms? Yes, I do. Wait, haven't we been talking about how you're on felony probation? How do you own guns? Respondent, Judge, that doesn't mean I can't have them. It just means I can't get caught. Judge suggests mediation. Attorney, would you be willing to mediate this case for us, Your Honor? Judge, not without tequila. Lawyer, and what did your husband do prior to the divorce? Witness, my friend Claire. Judge, where were you between 5 and 6? Defendant, primary school. Getting divorced was the biggest raise I ever got. Middle-aged woman wearing a nightgown using video visitation in the jail lobby. Well, fuck it then. I ain't coming to see your ass ever again. Always talking about you got hoes. Where they at then? Defendant appears wearing shorts and a tank top. Judge, you know what those tank tops were called in my day? Wife beaters. You wore a wife beater to your domestic violence trial. Lawyer, have you been known by any other names? Witness, of course. Lawyer, okay, what name? Witness, asshole, dickhead, son of a bitch. Judge, what were you doing in the cemetery? Defendant, I was visiting my loved ones. Judge, okay, so why did you start taking all of your clothes off? Defendant, you know, so I could get closer to my loved ones. Judge, okay, you're gonna have to find a different way to do that. Judge, you're gonna have to leave the ukulele. Sir, what is the basis for your hardship? Prospective juror, I'm Mexican. Hearing on restraining order. Defendant, Judge, do you believe in love? Judge, yes, but love isn't pain or violence. Defendant, facts. Judge, love is a verb. It's an action. I'll use it in a sentence. I love holding abusers accountable. State requests $500,000 cash bail. Defense attorney, ooh, Your Honor, my client is actually not El Chapo. She's a 15-year-old girl who was here for shoplifting. Judge, your phone should be switched off when you enter court. Defendant, I am very sorry. Judge, if you are found to be communicating with individuals using a mobile device, this can have serious consequences upon your trial, Mr. Jones. Defendant, I was on Tinder. I'm gonna be honest with you, Your Honor. I did smoke a little crystal meth, but it's not totally my fault. I was under the influence of alcohol when I did it. Judge, would you like to be represented by counsel? Defendant, it doesn't matter. I'm guilty anyways. I'm going to appoint you a public defender to represent you. Defendant, I'm drug-free. I'll take whatever test you want me to take. I've taken parenting classes, and just for the fun of it, taking anger management classes. Judge, that's a first. Defendant, yeah, I thought I might pick up some life skills. Attorney, judge, you can turn me on. Well, figuratively, not literally, not that you're okay anyway. Public defender, hi, my name is Samantha, and I'm an attorney with the public defender's office. Defendant, hi, my name is Jack, and I'm a criminal in the state of California. Attorney, bald, do you know the difference between a truth and a lie? Witness, yes. Attorney, what is a lie? Witness, a lie is saying you have hair. Mr. Smith, why were you late to court this morning? I've already issued a bench warrant for your arrest. Defendant, my bad, Your Honor. I was stabbed 35 times this morning. Judge, stabbed by who? And with what? Defendant, with a knife. I don't know the person. Judge, please take the defendant into custody. Defendant, what time did the judge say we have to come back? Other defendant, I don't know. I wasn't listening either. Judge, Mr. Ramirez, would you like me to fill in the defendant's name, the case number, and the department for you? Mr. Ramirez, I'd love for you to do my job for me, babe. I mean, Judge. Judge, did you say babe? Attorney, I did. I did say that. I'm thinking of my wife right now. Judge, you're remanded right now. Mr. Gherking, take him on back. The bailiff, after the babe comment, he might like the handcuffs. Judge, I've been called a lot of things in a courtroom. I don't think I've ever been called babe before. Attorney, I need to stop multitasking. Once again, if reading about the shenanigans that happened in court was a crime, I would be in prison. This is part 49. Ka-chow. Judge, it may have been 3 minutes of fun, but now you have responsibilities you're not taking care of. Respondent, it was more like 15 minutes, Your Honor. With all due respect, my client is the dumbest person I've ever met. A very good friend of mine told me to represent myself. Judge, as not your very good friend, I'm telling you that's stupid. Witness, then that fucking liar Claire knocked on the door. Judge, I will not tell you again. Please mind your language in my court and stick to just the facts. Please continue. Witness, then I said, who's that at the door? And my mother said, I bet it's that fucking liar Claire. Judge, hey, you there? It's okay if you cry, but I'm gonna need you to whisper cry instead. Hi, I'll be the attorney representing you. Defendant, hi. Wait, did my mom hire you for me? Public defender, no. I wasn't hired. I'm an attorney at the public defender's office. Defendant, oh shit, nice. You look good. You look legit. Prosecutor, so when you say contamination, what are you referring to? Expert witness, that the blood within the body somehow got contaminated. Prosecutor, could you give us an example of how such a thing would occur? Expert witness, sure. There is in the literature, you have what is called butt chugging. Judge, you understand the state has attorneys that have studied the law. Defendant, I understand. I have checked out a book from the library I plan on reading tonight. Should be good. Judge. Okay, let's go over your rights. Judge, what does your criminal history look like? Defendant, just from this year? So what? The drugs just magically appeared? Your Honor, I object to the use of magic. Judge, sustained. Defendant, the law says you can't represent yourself if you're seriously mentally ill, but I'm not seriously. I'm just a little bit. Judge, do you understand the laws pertaining to your case? Defendant, I was actually going to ask you, do you know of any laws that will help me out? Your Honor, I object to the prosecutors laughing at me. Judge, oh, counsel, they're not laughing at you. They're laughing at your argument. Do you understand the terms of the plea agreement? Defendant, okay. Judge, yes or no? Defendant, maybe so. Judge, I can't even be mad. Client on their second DUI, I'm gonna stay away from cars from now on. Public defender, maybe stay away from alcohol instead. I don't think the car is the problem. Judge, if you're not from Tennessee, where are you from originally? Defendant, the Garden of Eden. I don't drink coffee. Are you Mormon? Don't insult me. We respect all religions. Oh, of course. I love LSD. Public defender, you love LSD? Prosecutor, yeah, that's what they like to be called. Not Mormons. Court clerk, that's LDS. Witness, he came home and he said that he went down the host roll. And I said, you went down to host roll? So that was Judge, excuse me, went down where? Witness, the host roll, to where I guess prostitutes be. I'm not familiar with the area. Juror, I'm finding it difficult to read the defendant's aura with him behind the glass. Judge, jury out, please. Reasons for decision. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Judge, and we wonder why women are choosing the bear in all of these videos now. I find the tone of your letter to be filled with vitriol and anger. I would suggest you take some deep breaths and calm down so that this matter may be discussed without emotion. An anger management course might also help. I am just a country lawyer, unaware of the ways of Washington, D.C., but I must comment on your statements regarding obedience to subpoenas lawfully issued by committees of Congress. I noticed you were served with a duly issued subpoena of the Committee of Congress, which investigated the January 6th insurrection against the government of the United States of America. You failed to appear before that committee. I therefore find your protestations regarding a normal citizen obeying subpoenas to be somewhat hollow. It reminds me of what Jesus said in Matthew 7:3. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? In the South, we have a similar saying. That is like a skunk telling a possum his breath stinks. When you have calmed down and attended the anger management class, I will be glad to discuss the matter with you in a logical, dispassionate manner. I wish you and the other members of Congress the very best in undertaking the work of the people. By the way, since we in Georgia just experienced a great tragedy, a school shooting by a young man with a machine gun, do you think you could take a break and solve that problem? I remain, respectfully yours, Roy E. Barnes, counsel for Fannie Willis Esquire, in all capacities in which she may exist. Courtroom sealed, do not open by order of the court. Defendant, I want my address confidential because my stepdad works for Jimmy Hoffa. Judge, well, Mr. Hoffa's dead. Defendant, yeah, I know that. Judge, okay, so we mailed a copy of the proposed judgment for you to that address, and all I asked is whether you received it. Defendant, probably got tore up. Judge, all right, did you read it before it got tore up? Defendant, nope. Don't know nothing about this court case except $250 is coming out of my bank. And I'm on disability. Judge, well, disability doesn't mean you can't support a child. Defendant, don't get cocky with me. I'm hot now. You look seconds away from losing custody. Oh my God. Judicial attorney DMs Reb a court transcript submission. Chief judge, let me grab my robe and we can send her a selfie. Love you. The inside of a courtroom is a circus, but you all have learned this by now. This is part 50. Ka-chow. Judge, everyone deserves a second chance. Judge, which one of the 10 cases do you want a second chance for? Defendant, the carjacking. When did you realize that there was a problem? Witness, when Mrs. Jones and her dog went through my windshield. Probably. Yeah, probably at that point. Witness, they yelled, open up the motherfucking door. Lawyer, for the benefit of the court, which door? Witness, the motherfucking door. I thought I told you I never want to see you in court again. Defendant, sorry, Your Honor. That's what I tried telling the police, but they wouldn't listen. Judge, are you satisfied with your attorney's representation of you? Defendant, he could have been cheaper. Also, the defendant is banned from attending strip clubs for the duration of his probation. Bailiff, cruel and unusual. Defendant, I'll shove arrested, pull up all your asses and twist it clockwise to the left. Defense attorney, let the record reflect that the clockwise would be a twist to the right. Judge, let the record so reflect. Lawyer, but isn't it true that you wear glasses, Mr. Thompson? Witness, yes, I do. Lawyer, and you've admitted in your statement that you didn't have them on at the time. So how can you be sure it was Mr. Marshall you saw? Because I was watching the little shit steal a lawnmower from my garage, not reading the morning paper. Client charged with DUI at trial. Opening statement. Defense attorney. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want to go ahead and get this out of the way. My client, that man right there, is an asshole. You will be convinced beyond a reasonable doubt that he is the biggest asshole you have ever met, but that asshole wasn't drunk. Judge, we all want to move this file on, so attorney, like the old song says, sir, let's get it on. Judge, pretty sure they were talking about something entirely different, counsel. Attorney, I wasn't aware, but I'll trust the court. Defendant, you wouldn't pay for a tomato you've never seen. Judge, sir, your child is not a tomato. Restraining order hearing between two adult siblings, their mother from the gallery. Your Honor, do you want to hear from me? Judge, whose side would you be testifying on? Mother, I don't care. Judge, what the hell? Yeah, sure. Come on up. I can be an impaired impartial juror. Judge, fair and impartial? I didn't understand why he would relapse at SeaWorld, of all places. Then I went to SeaWorld. Now I understand. Nowhere but in the cloud cuckoo land of modern tort theory could a case like this have been concocted. Lawyer, do you receive any benefits? Defendant, my mom cooks me dinner 3 times a week at her house. Can you state your full name for the court? Witness, yeah, Philip Johnson, but you can call me Mad Dog. So the defendant grabbed your handbag, then what happened? Witness, I struck him with my vibrator. Lawyer, okay. Okay, and this resulted in the defendant falling to the ground. Witness, yes. Judge, was this a hard strike or just a very large vibrator? I was in their garden because I was looking for my cat Pickles. Judge, can you explain why you told the officers the cat was called Lawrence? Defendant, he prefers to be known as Pickles. I remember when I was in your court in 1956 and you was a municipal judge. Judge, I don't think we should get into that. Defendant, not guilty. Not guilty too. Judge, well, we all make mistakes, but on that occasion you hadn't. Defendant, oh, well, you made one. I was guilty. Here's another episode of People Say the Darndest Things in Court. Here's my tree. It's December. Let's do it. This is part 51. Ka-chow. Man in the gallery wearing an I Heart Slut sweatshirt. Judge, sir, who dressed you this morning? You really woke up this morning and thought this was appropriate? Man, this was all I had? Judge, just get out. You object to the court striking this juror for cause. I object to being here. Judge, are you trained as a lawyer? Defendant, no, but I've been to jail. Juror 10, are you a mother? Juror 10, no. Are you sure? Witness, it was weed we bought to smoke. Defense attorney, how much do you smoke? Witness, a lot. Defense attorney, like Snoop Dogg? Prosecutor, objection, relevance. Judge, overruled. Defense attorney, like Snoop Dogg? Witness, more. Judge addressing a man in a wheelchair. So what's going on with you? You healing up? Defense attorney, Judge, he is missing a leg. Judge, well, we aren't lizards. Further, the court orders that on or before December 31st, 2024, counsel for both plaintiff and defendants are to go to lunch together. Plaintiff's counsel will pay the bill. Defendant's counsel will leave the tip. The parties will discuss how they can act professionally throughout the rest of this case. Within 10 days of the lunch, the parties shall file a joint report describing the conversation that occurred at lunch and the amount of the tip. Public defender, let's jump into it. How many arms do you have? Defendant, one. Judge, I don't like to do plea colloquies together. One at a time, please. Defendant, that's all right, Judge. We're proud co-defendants anyways. Public defender, I'm not saying I don't believe you. Client, okay, but I don't believe you. No. Defendant charged with arson. Judge, you missed your first court appearance on the 3rd of May, correct? Defendant, yes, but I was in the hospital. Judge, why was that? Defendant, smoke inhalation. Prosecutor, so if there's any mitigation you want to send me, defense counsel, I mean, you think he's on some for like herpes. Prosecutor, mitigation, not medication. I would like to apologize for the delay. Judge, where is your client? Lawyer, well, I have been informed by the clerk that he has been caught stealing from the court cafeteria. Defendant, I really need to avoid jail, sir. I have a custody hearing in a month, and my ex-wife is going to keep my kids away from me. Prosecutor, you weren't thinking of your kids when you stole the car and did blow in the back seat, were you? Is this a screenshot of a text exchange between you and your ex-husband? Plaintiff, yes. Judge, there is a picture here. What is that a picture of? Plaintiff, his deceased dog's a butthole. Juror, do people not dry hump anymore? Ma'am, what's the situation here? Do you have your license back? Defendant, not yet. I have an appointment with AAA this morning that I'm going to be late for, but no, I don't have my license at this time. I'm hoping to get it back today or soon. Judge, okay, how did you get here today? Defendant, I drove. Defense attorney, he doesn't know where the gun came from. He was drunk and he woke up and it was in his pants. Judge, well, the assumption would be he put his gun in his pants before he got drunk. Defense attorney, that's a bad assumption. Judge, okay. I've been sober since the 21st. Judge, of defendant, cocaine and alcohol. Judge, no, the 21st of what? For the benefit of the court, please state your full name. Witness, David Jones. Lawyer, and where do you live? Witness, my house. Attorney, Your Honor, I'm going to object to counsel glaring at me. Judge, yeah, guys, this is ridiculous. Stop. Both of you all. I'm over it. Let's keep going. Defense attorney, so my client was unable to do the test. Police officer, after stating to me that he could do the test, yes. Defense attorney, okay, I'm going to ask you to do a test. Do you have anything that would interfere with your ability to do the test? Officer, no. Defense attorney, okay, fly around the courtroom for me. This is part 52 of reading iconic court transcripts. All of them are now on YouTube in a 2.5-hour video. This won't be the last one, don't worry. No matter what happens, Ka-chow. Can't ban that. Plaintiff, if I may, judge, you may. But it ain't gonna matter. You haven't worked for 11 months. What's stopping you? Defendant, well, my sugar daddy. Woman wearing an eye patch with a straight face. Judge, you have no jurisdiction over me. I belong to the seas. I'm a pirate. Judge. Woman. Tough crowd. I'm just kidding. I had eye surgery. I plead guilty. Client, you bitch. You probably sucking more dicks than I am. Attorney, I can't answer that because I don't know how many dicks you're sucking, sir. And then she said, defense attorney, objection, hearsay. That ain't hearsay. I'm telling you what she said. 6 attorneys and the judge simultaneously. Hearsay. That is hearsay. Are you going to see your probation officer? Yes. I call him my guardian angel. I call mine a motherfucker. I don't know how much I'm allowed to tweet about the trial I'm sitting on, but at risk of a mistrial, the assistant DA prosecuting it is Smoking hot. LMAO, they kicked me off the jury for this. Which one of you assholes reported me? Defendant leaving courtroom. Sometimes you gotta commit the crime. Fuck the law. Attorney. Court reporter, did you just say you want to kill yourself? Attorney, I've given you every extension you've asked for, you hot air scrotum balloon. I think you owe me this one. I am sorry. I forgot how to English. Your Honor, at this time, I would also like to move to withdraw. My client has requested she be assigned new counsel. Judge to defendant, are you sure about that? Your attorney has done an excellent job defending you. Defendant, yes. Also, he told me to shut up. Attorney, Your Honor, I did say that. Judge, well, that is sound legal advice. Defendant pleads not guilty to cocaine charge. Judge tells him he must now fill out a form. Defendant, ugh, forget it. Guilty. Judge, you must include the alleged father in the guardianship petition. There's only one child that I know of that wasn't conceived by two earthly parents. I think you know who I mean, and it isn't this child. Attorney to witness, you're a goddamn lying dog. Witness, hey, I'm not a dog. Lawyer, all right. Was the dream, was it Technicolor or black and white? Do you remember? Witness, it was a dream, sir. Lawyer, I know. Witness, sometimes they go to black and white. Sometimes they're full color. Lawyer, okay. Witness, how do you dream? Judge, Mr. Cooler. Witness, you don't want to know the answer. Judge, excuse me, gentlemen. Order from a judge in Connecticut. Quote, strange cases abound in the judicial round pursued by a vigorous bar, and the lawyers we hear have a secret fear that some cases have gone too far. But of all the cases in all the books that I've got stuffed in my head, the strangest of all in the calendar call was served on the man who was dead. These are the simple facts of the case, and I guess I ought to know. I've heard the facts and looked up the law, and I've got this opinion to show. I'm not so wise as the lawyer guides, but this is what I've read. If you sue a man who is cold in the ground, your case, like the man, will be dead. This case is dismissed.